Chaka and welcome to the Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers gonna review the best new gaming laptops in the market. And today we are looking at the Intel powered Asus ROG Zephyrus S17, a laptop which stands for its amazing multitasking capabilities. As a streamer, I need my system to stream, game, record all at the same time. Having tested it, I'm quite thrilled that this laptop can actually handle it. And if you're wondering how, it is all thanks to the 11th gen Intel Core i9 processor, which gives your laptop a desktop caliber performance. With 8 cores, 16 threads and Intel Turbo Boost Max technology 3.0, it is capable of running several tasks without worrying about bottlenecks. So multitasking also leads to some heating issues, but luckily the S17 has its active aerodynamic system plus, which improves the airflow and enables long hours of streaming while keeping it cool. While choosing for a laptop, I also look for fast connectivity options for my accessories such as Stream Deck and capture card. But thankfully, the S70's Intel Thunderbolt 4 is very sorted in this regard. This one port lets me connect to all my accessories easily thanks to its blazing fast bandwidth speed up to 40 Gbps. Overall, I think the Asus Zephyrus S17 is a great laptop for streamers, gamers, or anyone with the similar needs. So what are you waiting for? Bring yours home today.
Hi guys, this is Zaya and welcome to Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers review the best new gaming laptops. Gamers are an impatient bunch and I've got a laptop just for you. Let's look at the top 3 reasons why the Acer Predator Helios 300 is perfect for the impatient gamer. Number 1. Its 11th gen Intel Core i7 processor, which brings out the potential of the GPU's high-speed GDDR6 memory to ensure faster experience with higher frame rates and lower latency. Gamers hate long load times. That's why our second reason is the Helios 300's 2TB PCIe SSD. The SSD operates at PCIe Gen 4 speeds, giving you incredible read-write speeds for a faster response time. If all this wasn't enough, check out reason number 3. The 5th gen Aeroblade 3D technology plus Vortex Flow, which lets you say goodbye to heating issues. Shout out to the Predator Sense dashboard, which lets you monitor your system, overclock, and customize everything instantly from one place. I think it's clear that this system is geared for super fast results. Get your Acer Helios 300 powered by 11th gen Intel Core processor now.
Good evening there. Good afternoon, actually, ladies and gentlemen. Not really evening. We're starting it off early with the Intel Presents the TEC Challenger Series, powered by Cosmic Byte in association with Red Bull. Your boy Aggressive is here with another new face. Not really a new face, but a returning face, I would say. He's a little bit ugly, but hey, he's still my
Oh,
boy. He's
come
still
on.
my best friend.
Come
It's
on.
Kirito still trying to find his Asuna. And hey, we are here today to give you an intense game. Honestly speaking, I can't wait to get the ball rolling here because these matchups for today are just something incredible. Let's head on down towards the matchup screen. And my boy Kirito, how are you feeling about this one? Because the first initial match is gonna be a banger one for sure. Because I'm so hyped up about this. I've been waiting for this to happen. It's gonna happen right off the get-go on game number one.
Indeed, it's gonna be Action PH taking on Global Esports map. I mean, match one of the whole day. It's. I mean, what a way to kick things off. Honestly, Global Esports, they need no introduction. They are a force to be reckoned with. I'm gonna be keeping my eyes more on the side of Action PH. If I'm being honest, I want to see what they can offer up in this tournament and what they can provide us with in terms of Valorant action. Because right now Valorant is at such a diverse state. Like especially with the year ending and everything, all the tournaments slowly coming to a close. There are just so many metas out there, so many styles of play, and each and every one of them are just so much viable nowadays that it's hard to actually figure out a single proper meta or proper strat for the whole game. It's like no, there's so many ways you can play it. I just want to figure out how Action PH are going to be going for this matchup, especially against a team like Global Esports. It's just gonna be a absolutely wild day, considering both the teams and both the players on either side. I just can't wait for this to begin.
Yeah, especially when you consider Action PH winning out against the side of Bleed. Now, that was something no one expected yesterday. Very, very good matches from the side of Action PH. Was just, I'm still amazed. It was immaculate the way that Action PH were playing, and Bleed, they just started falling apart like flies, just dropping down. It was really hard to watch as well because Bleed as a roster, we consider them to be one of the top teams of the entirety of the Southeast Asian region, and then Action PH come in as the underdogs and just giving a 1-2 knockout punch to take him out in a couple of seconds. It was
Mhm.
incredible to watch watch over the game and just have it all unfold in front of your eyes. It was as if watching clockwork from Action PH. They had done so much homework to take down all the members of Bleed that it just showcased that this roster has a lot of potential. And when you look at their previous statistics, if you look at the roster as a whole previously, they didn't really perform that much. They didn't really even play a lot of games on a tournament level, and they were pretty much that unknown quantity that Bleach just couldn't handle. Would the underdogs be able to take down the biggest names in the inside of South Asia, though? That's a real question. Let's head on down over towards the bracket screen, ladies and gentlemen, because you gotta remember that the main event has already started. This is where the real meat of the action is at, and this is where the fun is about to begin as well. First initial match is gonna be Action PH going up against the side of Global Esports. Second one is gonna be Morph Impact versus Team Exploit. And in that sense here, Kirito, what do you think is gonna happen moving on down the line forward?
Well, I mean,
Because two of these matches are intense,
yeah.
and the next ones are just gonna get even better.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm like here sitting and, having a little evil smirk in my face. Like, what is this action? This is going to be so intense. I just can't wait for these matches to begin because obviously today's matches are going to be absolutely phenomenal. We have Action PH and Global Esports. We have Exploit taking on Morph Impact. It's going to be an exciting one to say the least. But on the opposite, we have Alter Ego and FS Esports. These two teams want to see how this sort of mixed match goes on. I'll definitely be watching that matchup later on. Make sure you guys check out that match too, because it's going to be interesting to see those different kinds of play styles clash. And it's like one of those first international tournaments on Valorant. Like, how do these players from different regions and different styles of play sort of collide with each other? I just want to see that happen in these next few matches, and hopefully later on in the later stages of the whole tournament because I mean these are the best of the best from all over all over Asia, right? And it's just gonna be it's just gonna be an absolute collateral damage of action. I just can't wait for this to start. I know I keep saying the same thing. I can't wait because I actually cannot wait. Like this bracket is just everything I wish it would be, and more than that as well. So that's just from my end. Hopefully the viewers have the same idea as well. Hopefully you have the same idea as well. But with that being said, I mean, I don't really know what to predict from today. Usually we have a pretty decent idea on how the matches might go up
Yeah,
on, but today,
that's
honestly, I don't really know.
it's hard to predict primarily because Action PH they don't have a lot to back up the squad in general. Well, for global esports, they have pretty much every single tournament winning under their belt, pretty much. They've won it all, they have been there, they have done it as well, and they have the statistics to prove why they are one of the best in the entirety of South Asia and a rising star in the Southeast Asian scene as well. But for Action PH, other than the biggest upset that we saw yesterday, what else is there? And with all of these factors coming into play, especially when you go into over their team spotlight, you can see that all these guys, they mean business. Just look at them. They're
Oh
giving
yeah,
you that stare. Yeah, they're giving you that stare while going in for that most classic gamer pose that you can go in for. Other than Iman, of course, because Iman is just like, meh.
he's just
I'm gonna
chilling.
stand here. I'm just gonna chill.
He's just chilling, and they give off that vibe, especially as you said, they did their homework against Bleed, and they came in with a great performance, and I just get that feeling from them that they're just one of those teams. If they get the chance to methodically study their opponents beforehand, if they're able to prepare for that matchup properly, they can come up with some absolutely insane counter strats or like what I'm talking about. They can actually come up with great plans to the matchup and just hard counter whatever you have in mind. And with that being said, their improvisation during the match as well is quite, I mean, quite phenomenal, honestly. Like on the fly, you have to figure out, okay, this is how the team's playing. This is not what we, sort of expected. How do we counter this in the heat of the moment while the match is going on? That's some of the great strategic minds these players have. And just looking at their matches before, looking at them now, I'm definitely getting that vibe from them. So hopefully, global. I mean, if I was global, I wouldn't be too worried, but I definitely would not underestimate them at all.
The thing that global the fact that global is one of the most incredible rosters in the side of South Asia is another mounting and daunting task for Action PH to get over as well here. But that's the thing. Sometimes these underdogs and the way that they take engagements, the way that they play, you can never really predict. And yesterday's match, it just showed the level of unpredictability that Action PH have under their belt. Okay, Tito, I don't think you have watched yesterday's game. You were busy with your own exams. But
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this into perspective. Action PH came over the doors running. Like it was impossible to try and control what the hell they were doing. They were so perfectly methodical that it was as if I was watching another global esports playing. Every single
Mm.
flash, every little bit of utility that was used in proper conjunction with one another, that someone was going to be able to get a kill off of the peak. Not a single Astra Nebula was placed in such a way where it was wasteful. Either it was done to get space. Every star pull that he did was also done to gain a little bit of space and get some information at the bare minimum, even a sound cue. And when they had that sound cue, they capitalized on top of that by pushing out on the other different avenues over the entire map. And when they did push out, they didn't really go in for any form of an over aggressive play, and they did it together as a team. It was always a two-man. So you understand what I'm talking about. Global esports,
Mm-hmm.
yes, they have every single little bit of a backing behind them. You can see that the players, they're also looking really good. They're also looking really fly, and they're ready to jump into the game here. But considering all of the different factors that we also have to recollect and also position ourselves in, what's the other problem? What's the other factor that we really need to focus on? It's about both of these teams having pretty much the exact same compositions, other than one key change when it comes down to the maps or depending on the maps. It has to be that Breach from Global Esports. Breach is such a common pickup for them that I'm pretty sure when you consider the side of Action PH, they like to pick up the Sky a lot more. So Breach versus Sky, you know I have this topic with you all the time whenever we are playing our games as well, because I'm an advocate for the Breach if you're able to make it all work. But for Sky, it's a lot more difficult to make her work because you need to have that perfect level of communication and be an incredible Sky player yourself. And Iman, it's just insane to me how he plays the Sky. He just pop flashes out of corners out of absolutely nowhere. Let's head on that over towards the Bambino screen, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what we really want to see here. And the first initial map being Icebox, you know for a fact that the Sky is going to be a must-have pickup
Oh,
here.
yes.
If they go in for a double initiator composition versus a double sentinel, I personally hate the double sentinel because it's a slow play style, and you know I like to go in real aggressive.
It says in your name, but yeah, the as you said, the Breach and the Sky picks are definitely going to be the talk of the town today. Because I mean, in Icebox and Ascent, it's pretty much I gotta give it to the Sky. It's a lot more practical there. It's a lot more easier to use for your team and for yourself. Again, on Haven, that could be up for discussion. Breach definitely is a viable option in the map of Haven, and that's especially, I mean, not surprising considering it's Global Esports map pick, the map of Haven, and we know their Breach abilities are quite good. Their coordination with the Breach, their playing off the utility with the Breach is great, and I feel like that's where that agent's really gonna shine for them. But how are they gonna sort of counter Sky or maybe any other initiator, maybe a KO, maybe a Sova on Icebox and Ascent? That is definitely something I'm gonna keep my eyes on because again, Breach is usable on Ascent. We have seen teams use it. It just gets a little difficult because it's hard to play for yourself there. Breach with the recent buffs definitely is allowed to play a lot more for himself. He can flash for himself. He can go and take peeks and fight for himself, not just for his teammate. Sky, it's a lot more tough with that, as you said. But with that being said, let's just figure out, let's just see what agents are being picked. Is it going to be the Sky? Is it going to be the Breach? Or is it going to be maybe a surprising KO or Sova instead? Let's see as we go into the agent selections. And for the side of action page, looks like it's going to be the Sova. And we're going to go for a double duelist composition instead. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, we have seen the Jets and Reynas being picked before, but honestly, I do prefer maybe a double initiator. But, it's their call and they're going for it. And the meanwhile, Global Esports, they're going to be going for the slow and methodical double sentinel with a Sage and a Killjoy.
That's the thing here. Considering the double duelist composition that has been picked up, it is a very common composition because consider a team like Sentinels, they pretty much play this over and over again. Double duelist is the name of the game for them. But what does a double duelist do that a double initiator doesn't? That's the argument that we really need to make when we're considering the two compositions and the two ideologies playing against one another here. No double initiator, primarily because you want to have that Sage and you want to have that double sentinel, considering that your opponent is already going to be playing a double duelist composition. That's what you are trying to stop. If they have a double initiator, you need to go in for double initiator. But if they do have a double duelist composition, which relies on brute forcing your way inside of sightlines, then that's where the real problem lies. How do you counteract it? You use your own utility, proper conjunction with one another to slow it all down. This is why the double sentinel composition was such a strong composition back on the inception of Icebox. People used to run double duelist all the time, and it was really hard to stop a lot of those pushes, especially with that Reyna throwing out of the lair. And with all these coming into play, I'm very sure that Global, they did their homework. They know what was up for the map of Icebox. That's why they picked it all up. And another massive problem as well here, Global, they have a 76% win rate on the map of Icebox. 41 games played, and out of the 41 games, they have won 31 of them.
That is insane. I mean,
and another problem, Action PH, the stats that we do have on them at the bare minimum for now, 57% win rate with them playing only 10 games.
Scanning ahead.
I mean, just says that they aren't really that experienced on the map of Icebox, but again, we have seen their strategic minds at play. Let's see what's going to be popping off as we start things off. It's going to be Action PH. They're going to get a couple of kills, I think, fast and Kappa. They're Eliminator, but we still have the man SK Rossi himself hiding in that cover. Gets one, gets two, can he get a 3? No, he's got a bullet. Only he's going to get the frag there, and it's going to be skills with the trade 2 versus 2 scenario. What a way to kick things off. Spikes in the open, right next to the yellow container. They're going to be moving in together. But Hellraiser gets one. The trade's there from Anam. What? But the double frag. Okay. That was a nice shot coming out of him. that second frag that required inhuman accuracy to be able to hit right after getting that first initial frag. He has to flick on top of that box and get that headshot in. Man, I mean, okay, I didn't know this is gonna be this exciting early on.
Hey, it's Iman for a reason. Iman yesterday was just an absolute trooper, the way that he was able to take those engagements and take those fights for himself. That's exactly what you want as well, over and over again. And with that factor coming into play, Arju did mess up the lineup a little bit, so that's gonna be painful for him, but at the same time, they don't know what's going on towards the side of mid. Shots are gonna be clean. Arju's gonna be good for one, but immediately gets traded on off, and that's another gun for themselves. But now, up to Iman. Iman's good for one more kill. He's trying to find something else for himself, but he needs to dip out. He knows this is dangerous. And oh my god! Absolutely disgusting! Get out of here, Iman! The server is not your place anymore. GE, they're dropping. Slowly but surely they're dropping, but this is still an eco round. And on this eco round, they have gotten one kill, so it's completely fine. Just one more will do. Find that final one, but they know they don't need to peek here. An easy kill for him. Skills is going to be able to finish him off with a couple of body shots. Finds one more, wants to tap that head, but the classic at this range is just not going to be good enough for that. Skills, final words, final nail in the coffin. And GE, they're going to get sent down to the third round.
Oh yes, there we go. 2 rounds coming in for Actionph, and the bonus round is going to be being played by them. They're going to be using the weapons that they bought from the last round. I think a couple of Vandals might come in if they want. Iman, he did get a couple of frags in that last round, and he can definitely go for a Vandal. That he is. So will you on the Viper. He did mess up the lineups last round. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I mean, can you blame him dying on missing that lineup? He tried to pick up the Viper smoke, and then he got one frag but got traded. Doesn't really matter. He's gonna be playing the Vandal regardless. Meanwhile, on the side of Global Esports, they're gonna go for their own buys. Rossi going immediately for that operator. He's not even gonna buy armor. It's like he doesn't really need it. But here comes the Sova drone. Will spot out skills. He's trying to get a frag, but he's gonna have to drop off instead. Now the side execution's going to come in. Global playing this really passively. They aren't really defending it, except for the man himself, SK Rossi. Misses the first up shot, dashes away, trying to go for one more. But the shot guards are going to keep him at bay. He's trying to get into the side, trying to get some damage done, but he's surrounded from all sides. Skills. The retake is underway. Not exactly the retake. They're defending the site, because Actionph weren't even able to get the entry done, even though it was an open site. Great rotation coming down from the side of Global Esports. They have successfully, for now, held back this extremely strong attack from Actionph, but Rossi with the first frag in this matchup is going to be his second one from Skills. Third coming in from Lightning Fast. They're just all crumbling now. No way they can enter. Gets one, but the trade is there immediately. I mean, it's absolute chaos here. So,
and Actionph, they tried to brute force their way down towards that A side when they had the complete opportunity to just dip out, go in for a rotation, and try and hit the B side themselves. It was a little bit of a question mark for me, but I guess it's fine because they just needed to wait a little bit. But it's okay, I guess, because Actionph, they want to test out the waters as much as you can. And you know, in Valorant that you gotta have that opportunity to limit test as much as you possibly can. Limit testing is so crucial, especially when you are going up against an unknown team. And that's why even when we play ranked, or let's say in any situation, that it be a tournament or a scrim, you shouldn't be afraid to try and test out your opposition to see what they can really do and what they're really capable of as a unit. If you're afraid of your opposition, and if you don't try and see how much you can get away with, you're gonna fall into a gameplay loop that you're just not gonna be able to get yourself out of. That's why the fact that Actionph did go in for a brute force A-side take gave them that idea that, okay, Global Esports, they know how to go in for proper holds. Maybe brute forcing is not the way against them. Maybe we need a lurk from the side of mid, cause a little pressure there. Maybe we need someone to hold down from the side of B so that we can go in for a wraparound rotation play. All of these game plans need to constantly go on through their heads. And I believe that Actionph, they're falling into that category. That's just my speculation, but you never know. It just could be a monkey see, monkey do.
it's just like who you're transferring that loop onto, right? It's like You keep improvising on them, and maybe global, they're gonna be in a bit of a time loop. Like, okay, what are we doing? They're coming down mid. Every time we send another player down mid or try to hold mid, we're gonna be, we're getting brute forced on the A side or B side, and we don't have enough players to defend that. And it's like they're in a constant loop. It's just gonna come down to what plays you select and when you select them, and depending on if they work out or not. It's gonna be putting your opposition, putting your opponents in that mental, weird state of the game, weird state of the game. Like, okay, what do we do? Whatever we're doing, they're countering us. That it's just figuring out what to do and when to do. That's just basically the thing. And it's the improvisation that counts in that case. And I think that's what Action Page figured out. Okay, maybe the brute force wasn't the best idea now. It's what they're gonna do with the information. Are they gonna maybe try and do it again? It's definitely a viable strat. Global definitely won't be expecting it, but they can try and go for more slower approach. They can try and lurk down mid, as you said. They can try and cut off noise and try and fake a rotation towards beats. There's so many things they can do. It's just what they decide to do and how global react to it, and just learning like, okay, that's how global reacted to this, then maybe we should do that. I mean, that's just a little bit of strategic play in Valorant. There's just so much more levels of play, so much more depth in the game, and it just all comes down in the end to figuring out that strat. And I think both sides are definitely working on this now. Like, already 3 rounds in, they're like brainstorming, okay, they did this, so what does this mean? Like, okay, the sky had the clouds were a shape of a rabbit today, so what's the strat, guys?
What?
It doesn't make sense. It's like there's so many factors. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't make me look like a fool here, Chris.
For once, man, I think that I'm gonna leave you in the hands of the crowd in the background. I'm not even gonna.
Chat, I'm just trying to say it's a strategic game, okay?
No.
Yeah.
Just no.
It is. Come on, you just said okay.
It's a game of
Fine.
strategy, but
It's a game of strategy.
analogy does not make any sense.
Listen, my analogies never work out. You know that. It's
Just like your love life
Don't
as well.
do
So it's
it.
fine.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't
and
go
now
there.
moving on down.
Don't go there.
And moving on down the
See this
line.
ice cold water. I'm gonna throw you in that right now. I'm gonna throw you in that. Run that ship over you, and Titanic it down.
Oh god, I just imagined that situation and did not look pretty in my head. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a little bit too much fun here. But moving on down over to the matchup, I think that the players are also having their own moments as well. This is just the 3rd round. You can't really adapt. You can't really say which team is going to win just yet because of the couple of rounds that they did play. And you have to remember that all the members of the side of Action PH, they still were on their eco weaponry, but some of them did go in for buys. Iman, RU, now they don't have any money to work with. They need to go in for very broken buys, and they need to rely on their teammates to either die out early, give them the gun, or they need to rely on their teammates to get the kill so they can get that from their opposition. But SK Rossi making that massive investment on the operator, personally, I do believe that this one operator pretty much changed the entire matchup really quickly. And I love the fact that he did pick it up as well. Just think of it like this here, though. Why is operator such a strong weapon in a ranked setting? What is the most common composition in ranked? Double duelist.
Yes.
It always is picked up. And this is why the operator will forever reign supreme on a ranked setting. Double duelist, how do you stop the aggression? You take an operator and pretty much hit the brake so hard that the brake pedal gets stuck in and the accelerator just doesn't work anymore. An Action PH, they're getting put into that predicament. SK Rossi with an operator, he's not just a turret, he's a literal driving tank. He's a tank with an anti-tank missile in his front end.
He's a
That's
tank
how you
with a he's a tank with a can of
Nuke
knobs
him.
that can just dash away. He's a tank that can throw smokes. I mean, if I was in his team, if I was there around global, I'd probably not suggest that. Okay, don't go for that op right in maybe after 2 rounds, maybe after 3 rounds, maybe get warmed up a little bit, know how you want to play. But again, this is SK Rossi. We know that he's going to be an insane force to be reckoned with. And just like that, as soon as he picked up that operator, the flow of the game changed. And he just proved again that, okay, don't underestimate this man when he has an operator. It might be a 1v3 or 1v4.
Right here.
Definitely give him the benefit of the doubt. And that's exactly what happened in that round with the Action Page. They were brute forcing their win. As soon as they saw that one op frag coming in, that one op shot coming in, they were like, okay, slow things down. He bought an op. Let's chill for a second. But right now, they're not going to be chilling. They're going to be moving into the A side. Trying to actually aggressively push in. Not much of a defense set up by Global Esports. But rotations are underway. Skills is going to be holding on from screens. They're not really trying to deny this entry. I guess retake should be the better option for them. As we see the walls coming into screens, entry has been denied. So it's definitely going to be the post-plan scenario for them. Spike yet to go down. I guess they're waiting for the lineups to finish. Yep, the spike plant is going to be going down in the end. It's going to be Modesty going for it. But here comes Inan to the wall. Didn't realize that happened. Kappa's going to be falling. Can he get one more No Hell Ranger with a trade? Operator from SK Rossi jumping down from the rafters. He's going to be tapping the bomb, actually holding the bomb. Can he defuse it? They will. Okay, the wall is going to be up. Modesty gets a couple of frags. But the wall's up. Lineups are going to help a little bit. And it's, yeah, the lineups help big time over there. It's going to be Aryu with the Viper Mollies, denying the spike defusal, despite that really strategic wall being placed by the side of Lightning Fast. The mollies just absolutely deny whatever chance they had at defusing the bomb. I have no idea what just happened, if I'm being honest.
They brute forced their way in towards the A side. They pretty much sent the player through mid. Remember what I was saying? Okay, they can brute force their way into A. How do you open up the A side? You send the player to mid. Motski just go and mid for a massive flag and just kill 2 people outright.
I don't know. This is some interesting aggressive play coming out from them. I'm sure Global's trying to have a good time predicting this strat, but how do you really predict this madness? Other than that madness pushing down mid. Oh, the noise. Oh, the noise is gonna coming in. They're gonna get a couple of frags. Rossi does get a trade though. It's gonna be a 3 versus 4 now actually as the revive comes in. Moreski's gonna be bringing back the jet. And he's gonna have to fall back. They're gonna have to try and defend the sites. There's no point in aggressing. Even though you're probably an insane jet player, it's probably wiser to not take that fight. It's gonna be bringing it down to a 4 versus 3, but Lightning Fast is gonna be getting a big. Oh, that's a clean, snappy shot. But the B side's so very open, and I believe Actionph are reading that. Nan's gonna be spotting out the Sage down mid. They're gonna be rotating towards B. They still have that wall, I believe. So post plan is definitely an option for them. But Global, they're quick on the rotation. Can they deny this? No, the spike's gonna go down. So it's post plant it is, unless
Spike planted.
Lightning Fast.
Oh, Lightning is getting away with these.
No way. Oh, from the flank, Rossi. Oh, a bit of a whip. Brings him down to low HP. The trade is there. It's all on to Inan. He gets done. What is happening? How is he alive? 40 HP, knows he's in the flank. And free fire.
My heart's racing.
Rossi walks in.
He ran.
How do they win that? How does SK Rossi whiff that?
It's really hard to hit a player from the back. It does happen. Let's just put it there.
My rank matches disagree, but
What do you mean?
I mean, that's not the point. We see like, okay, Global, it was a fiesta down there. They had a pretty decent read. Okay, it's gonna be a B side push in the end, 3 versus 3. Wall went down. They got the frag on the Sova. Rossi just needed to get one frag from the flank, and that would just spew chaos in this chaotic Actionph lineup. Instead, he's gonna whiff.
Oh my god, what was that shot? Poor old Kappa.
He was not.
Blocking sight.
He was moving. They're all dead.
Well, that's a mechanical dominance of a round there. Really, like, very quick, very swift. Just send a message, make the statement, and do whatever.
They sent a paragraph. They sent a long text Actionph. They are here, and honestly, I wasn't expecting this aggressive, mechanical sort of play. I was expecting more slow and methodical plays. Maybe switching things up, aggressive one round, maybe slow a couple other rounds. That's the exact opposite.
It's surprising the way that Actionph are playing. And the side of GE, they're whipping a couple of these shots.
Also surprising.
They're whipping a couple of these shots. They're going in for such aggressive plays, but if you miss out on these engagements and these shots, it's just gonna get even worse for you.
Finally, the revive, finding a trade, skills will find RU. 4v4 and Hellranger coming in from B main. We'll get one more. Finally, things looking a little bit bright. Oh, I spoke too soon as Zaman gets a frag on the skills. The side of A is opened up. The spike is yet to go down though. The spike isn't even on the side, and the side control isn't yet completely established as Scarosi gets a frag with the operator. 2 versus 3 scenario. Everybody from the defenders are here. They hear that bomb go down aggressive and they're gonna be moving in. Just waiting. There goes the bomb plant.
Should be able to find it, especially the raid boss is still alive. Come on, he's gotta be good, but no, Hellranger, he gives away positions that could be very costly really quickly. Bot's gotta be good for the first initial kill. SK Rossi's right around the corner, he wants to go in for that shot, but poor Levon, he cannot aim above him like that. Vertical aim is so much more difficult than horizontal. He's gonna fall apart because of that. SK Rossi, being the savior for GE, comes in around the corner, gets that final shot, gets the final kill as well. 2 and 5 on the scoreboard, and finally, the side of GE, they have the ball back on their court. And now that they have it, they cannot, and they really cannot let it go. The main thing that they really need to do is to make the side of Actionph sweat as hard as they possibly can. As soon as the strats run dry for a double duelist composition, that's when the problems will start to arise. Because in my eyes, you know why I don't prefer a double duelist? Because it's very one-dimensional. It's either you go A, you go B, you go mid, or you go in for a split take, and that's it. What other strategies are there? You don't have a lot of utility to make it all work. Other than the Viper utility, what else do you have? A couple of shock darts, maybe a recon bolt, but that's it.
Yeah, the
It's all about the aim.
Without that utility, that is going to be very difficult. But Rossi, again, missing an operator shot. They're going to fall back, but this time they're fighting this. The wall's going to be going down. And they're going to be trying to get the bomb. And now the Viper push is going to be done as well. It's going to be global. They're going to get a couple of frags, but Actionph with their own couple of trades. Here comes the 100 Fury. Not really finding anything as Tesseract. He's trying to get a fake in, but he's going to be picked instead. Skills and Kappa, they're going to find a couple of frags of their own, but Ryu gets a frag. And it's going to bring it to a 1 versus 2 scenario. Both Viper pits are... Were there 2 Viper pits? I'm confused.
1 second.
I don't think there was. I don't think there
no,
was.
No, no.
Yeah.
No, there was.
There was?
There was. Both of the guys are at 0. So there was.
Oh yes, there should. I mean, he stepped out of a Viper spin and everything's still green. I'm like, wait, what? Okay. Oh, okay. Then I realized.
Wait, no. There was not 2 Viper spit in this side. There was a Viper spit on B, and there was a Viper spit on A. The Viper spit just extended to 2 different avenues, and there was a wall placed from RU.
Oh, it was a wall. It was a wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get out of my
This
way.
is saying Actionph, slow things down. My head's like not working. I'm seeing 2 Viper spits for some reason. It's just getting really weird, but looks like it's going to be an aggressive B push. But good read from the side of Global. They have some players holding on to this, and SK Rossi snapping to the head. Medeski's going to fall, and Nanda's going to trade, but he's going to get trade himself. The Jet. Oh, he's trying to get something happen, but what is this? What was that?
A big hug from the back.
Tesseract's gonna backstab SK Rossi, bring it to a 2 versus 2. 100 free available though. They can try and deny this if they want, but no. So Kappa's actually not in a good position. Use the 100 free, but let's get the trade instead. 1v2. On the flank is skills. Does Tesseract know? Is the question. He doesn't.
Timing's not gonna be in his favor. Skills gets the better one of him. And with that, side of GE, they're now back in the game already. 4 and 5, now that they have adapted, now that they have switched up the playstyles, now that they've pretty much run the strat book of Actionph dry, they can start reading into the situation. The calls from Hellranger are coming in. Boys, we gotta hold here, we gotta hold on this specific avenue, and then we gotta take our engagements. We're going a little bit too fast. We need to slow it on down. We need to make sure that Rossi has a chance to use that operator or use that vandal to the best of his own abilities by taking much more forward aggressive positions on off angles. And the off angle plays that Rossi is doing is what's giving them such a massive lead. Every single time we look at Rossi, where is he standing? Where is he holding? He's holding from an off angle. He's not taking any form of a very one-dimensional approach, and this type of adaptability is what's giving them that edge. But they need to be even faster. They need to be even better here, because now here comes a mid-rush and SK Rossi. He's gonna be an absolute menace. The side hold's gonna be good. The shots are gonna be even cleaner. Are you able to take down SK Rossi? But he cannot take down Skills and Kappa. They just have better positions. They just have a better stronghold here. And Jet only, he's gonna be good. But Hellranger, it's freebie for him. It's just that Chris was a little bit early, but Tesseract! The flick is gonna be strong enough. Hellranger, he needs to take a back seat.
Industry is finally going to be coming in from Kappa. Doesn't really deny the spike plan. Doesn't really do much damage to Tesseract either. But look at this positioning down mid. Jet, oh, lightning fast. Oh, the time. Oh my god, you don't get close. I don't know if he knows. Did he see him?
No.
He might have seen him because he's going
One enemy
tube.
remaining.
And Kappa, he's going to be going tube as well, getting that frag. But Tesseract
Oh,
gets
no.
spotted out. Oh, the recon's going to give all the info they need. They're going to push in together. There's nothing he can do. It all came down to timing. If the Jets saw the Sage, if he saw lightning fast in the middle, he could have gotten that frag so easily. It was a freebie for him, but instead, the timing wasn't in favor. Instead, it's going to be going in favor of the side of Global Esports. Finally tying it back aggressive. 5-5. Great way to actually read this, read the side of Actionph and improvise on that, you know, information, and being able to play really well. I mean, their strat sort of revolves around SK Rossi, and they definitely are able to set him up pretty well each and every round, allowing him to get some frags.
This will now finally give them that little bit of a stability of mind at the bare least. That Actionph, they're now on the ropes, they're now on the back foot. But for how long are they on that back foot? For how long are they gonna be in such a difficult scenario? But look at this Viper Spit and the slow orb coming on down in. That was such a beautiful play to get a Jet only off that one specific angle. That will allow them to go in for a proper hold. That will allow them to just have a better avenue to try and pick a fight on. But Hellranger, the crosshair placement was on sublime. And Tesseract is going to be the one to shut him down instead, but SK Rossi on an operator, you can always rely on him to just switch up the engagement, switch up the fight, take it in very aggressive angle with Yop. Not really necessary, but sure, I guess.
The wall comes in, lightning fast for the frag. Great is there from the Jet. He's gonna get one more, but the diffuse is being stuck. The wall.
Kills.
Thought that-
Remaining.
Oh, can he get one more? No. Ari was trying to play the lineups, but
Last
I guess he
round
was just a
before
little
the
bit too
switch.
late. He rotated a little bit too much, wasn't able to support his teammates that much. But regardless, that was some good utility and a pretty decent retake coming out from Global. They were able to react quick and you know, use the utility, especially that Sage wall. Like, wait, is that a good wall? And then I look at the map and I realize where the spikes planted. Great play coming out from Lightning Fast to actually read the situation and then, you know, find out the best and optimal wall. Because a lot of Sages would just, you know, blindly put up that wall horizontally. Just you know, just to you know, provide some cover, get the half diffuse down. But he actually thought that through and was able to do a pretty decent job of providing cover. But right now, the only covered side of Global have is this Viper's wall. As Rescursi gets an immediate frag. Another follow-up from the side of Lightning Fast. Trade are going to be happening. But SQ's going to take down Rossi. And the revive is going to come in. But Hellranger coming in from the flank as well. But there's another player holding on. Tesseract, but not for long. Skills is going to get the trade. But Jet only gets one. Can he get the revive as well? He does. And he dashes in, trying to get the flare on him belt, but fails. Skills with the operator. Dude, this is
Switching
too
sides.
much. I might actually pass up.
Don't worry, our medical bill should be covered.
It should. It should. And I'm blaming Actionph. You guys are doing too much. The way that they push in, it's like they're like, okay, just get in first, we'll strategize later. We'll figure it out. That's just how they play. And they figure it out. They sometimes are, you know, because of their fragging capabilities, they're put in such scenarios that they don't really need to figure it out. They're immediately like maybe 5v3 or 5v2 up, 4v3, 4v2 up. They don't really have to, you know, have that much of a strategic plan in mind. Because every time they rush, bodies will fall. But this time on defense, they're definitely gonna have to switch something up.
They're now taking another different approach from the side of GE when it comes down to their pistol round. They are taking a very forward position. This forward position could just make it or break it for them if they're not careful here. But look at how they're rushing in. They have full control. They know exactly where they are, but still Actionph, they're just in better positions than are you? 2 beautiful shots is all that it takes, and they're just shooting it down. This is a shooting gallery, but Kappa for the back is going to be able to shut down 2 more. Where is he coming from? Where are the members of GE even pushing in? What just happened?
The walls. We see the wall being placed to deny entry into, like the wall on the right of Iman. He's denying entry outside of kitchen, and that other wall, that was the strat. That was the strat for Global. They wanted to push in through that hallway. But because of that wall being placed on stage, they were denied. But Kappa 1v2 gets it to 1v1. It's gonna be a Sova v Sova situation. Recon will spot him out, sends a drone out, but he's only 20 HP. Tesseract, 1 bullet is all it takes. He hears the drop. He knows he's dropped. He's gonna flick. Oh, that was something. He flicked on through the wall, but doesn't get the shot in just yet. Some damage is being done. He's gonna get the spike plant down. That's big.
Planted.
Still a 1v1. Gets the headshot, and there we go. That was a little bit too intense for a 1v1, but he gets the job done. It's gonna be an 8-5 scoreline. Sorry, a 7-6 scoreline actually in favor of Actionph. Not in favor. I'm just.
It is over.
Ah, help. Aggressive help.
You can't really speak in this situation now, can you? No one can. If it was anyone else, pretty much our reactions would be the same. This is how incredible the roster is playing. This is how intense their match actually is going to be. Blow for blow, trade for trade, kill for kill. That's exactly how the teams are playing now. Initially, Global, they got thrown off the loop. They had no idea how to try and counteract all the members of Actionph because they are an unknown quantity. But now that all the members of GE had that time to settle in, that first initial wave of shock is gone, and the adaptability is now coming into play here. And with these massive swings coming out from them as well, they're just taking all of the fights and they're going in for it. They have full control over the side of mid. They're rushing on down through. They're taking the fights. They're taking the kills as well. But still, are you? He's just not the wiser. He's just even better. They're able to find a lot more. SK Rossi finally is a danger man. He's the difference maker for them. And now, he just needs to close everything out. He just needs that final kill. He spots out the player. He spots out the legs. He's gonna be able to find it. And now sending it down over to a 2 versus 2 situation. Possibly a 2 versus 1. But not in their favor though. And Aryu right around the corner knew exactly where Kappa's gonna be holding. That's the only strong position you can go in for. Peeks out, spots him out as well, and sends him back home in gift wrap. Right in time for Christmas as well. Christmas is in a couple of days. 7-7, ladies and gentlemen. And for the side of Actionph, they have everything under their belt.
Honestly, I have not seen a match on Icebox with this active of a mid area. Like the mid and the B-Link area, the kitchen area. It's not usually, you know, it's not this alive in a matchup. I don't know if it's like the Actionph strat or something, or if Global's trying to figure something out. Maybe this is the meta for Icebox, you know, go down mid. But I have not seen a mid this active, but I have seen this before. SK Rossi getting a couple immediately with the Marshall and already making this eco round somewhat valuable. But meanwhile, pushing down that kitchen though is a Viper. Are you? Oh, the timing is unfortunate for Hellranger. He's gonna be mowed down. Aryu's gonna get the Viper diff in and bringing it to a 3 versus 4. But they're gonna leave the B side. That one player pushing down kitchen is actually gonna cause the entirety of Actionph to rotate to B side. Another spike going down. The calls are out. The jig is up. It's gonna be a post plan 3 versus 4. I don't think they can do this.
3 versus 4. Still very much in the making and a possible thrifty for the side of GE. But it's all up to Rossi. If Rossi misses one shot, one bullet, it's gonna cost him. That recon bolt did not get destroyed. Everyone gets spotted and it's opportunity out. It's a mode out 1-5-1. Because of one recon bolt. Just one. No one shot the bolt.
How?
GE, they made a massive mistake here. There's no way to sugarcoat that. No one shot the recon bolt.
They didn't, and they I mean, the postmans, they had a lot of time for setting up for the postman as well. They were all inside, and as soon as they were like, okay, maybe we should leave, they all left together and they sort of lined up and were able to get mowed down. Oh, that should not have really gone in favor of Actionph, if I'm being honest. But regardless, it's still 8-7. It's still pretty close, and we still see Global. They're gonna go for their buys, all rifles in their hands. Ari's gonna be the only one playing with a Spectre this matchup, but still, he's made the difference with that weapon. He can do a lot of damage. And Solo holding onto the B site. Not easy, but look at this. Chet. He's spotted out, but does get a frag regardless. Iman as well pushing in with him. And he's gonna get one more. So Actionph come out on top of that encounter. 3 versus 4 scenario early on. Viper Spit's also active if they want to use it.
That's alright. This is such a forward position for you. He's still gonna need to take this swing. He doesn't have anywhere to run, but now it's still registered. He just does a couple of casual snaps to the forehead to give a little bit of a haircut to boot as well. The haircut's the deadly one, but Motsky, he's a new barber in town. He's looking for one more, and he's gonna be able to get it as well. Motsky gets his second. 7 and 9 on the side of Actionph. They're very fast, aggressive playstyle down towards their defensive side. It's throwing all the members of GE through a loop. They need to start slowing down a lot more. They need to use their utility to stop these rapid fire pushes from the side of the defenders. They need to read into this a lot more before they go in for swings, because these kills, they're being given away like Christmas cookies.
Indeed, and I mean, Actionph, they're taking those cookies wholeheartedly. The way they read that aggression, and they send the Jet and they send the Reyna, the 2 perfect agents to be able to get out of that scenario. We have the Reyna dismissal, Iman perfectly using that after getting a frag. And they're able to come out on top, getting that early advantage. And Hellranger does do some damage, but in the end doesn't really matter. But what after we coming into this round, we're gonna see the Sovas actually coming alive. A couple of attacks coming from either sides. But the rotation is here. Actionph, they're all on this A side right now, and I believe Global, they should fall back, but behind is a Jet and the operator. The Killjoy box not active. That is, oh no. It's the oh no TikTok song, aggressive. But he's not finding anybody, not just yet. Spots out the Sage, gets a shot in. Hellranger does get a trade. Now they're aware. Global, are you not aware?
Even if they were aware, they couldn't do anything about it. So.
Yeah, I mean, they could have looked. They could have stared death in the face before they died, but it doesn't really matter. It's gonna be a 10-7 scoreline in favor of Actionph. And on this defensive round, they have not lost they have not given away a single round. It's all of them in their favor, and they're able to bring it back to the lead. And if they win this, I believe the economy of Global will be crippled to an extent where it's going to be really difficult for them to win this matchup.
The thing that I really want to know now, though, it has to be how Jet only is going to be playing this fight. Ooh, he took a very aggressive angle, and SK Rossi, that swing was just so beautiful. He knew what was up, and SK Rossi, he's like, yeah, if I was the Jet, I would do the exact same thing. I would push up, I would take this corner fight, and I would immediately go in for that engagement. And SK Rossi, he's just way quicker when it comes down to his own reaction time, even through a swing, even through a hold. Doesn't really matter because it's SK Rossi, and he's looking for blood, he's looking for even more, but finally, Iman's gonna be the one to shut him all down and send him back home packing. Kappa's gets the final kill on Motsky. And now Iman, what you gonna do, boy? I don't think there's gonna be able to do much.
There are 3 players on his left down mid. They all pushed in towards B. Finds the Viper open. One more player pushes in. Kills. He's gonna finish things off. Winning the round for Global. It's gonna be an 8-10. They're gonna pick up some weapons. Their economy is gonna be in a good state after this. Actionph, they can afford some rifles as well. Their economy isn't that bad either. They did win 5 rounds in a row, so they're in a good state. It's all about keeping that mental. I mean, SK Rossi, after that peak, it doesn't matter who you are. It sort of affects you. Like, okay, I had an operator. I had the reaction time. I have the ability to kill him every single time, but he just comes in, ducks down, lands a headshot, and I mean, if I was there, I would be off my gaming chair, down on the floor. But it's all about handling that mental. Yeah.
The impact's going to be pretty massive, and that should allow GE to go in for that proper reset, because they need that reset here. They were, what, 6 rounds consecutively in when they ended off the first half, and now, where are they?
Run.
Oh,
They're in a pretty tough spot of their own. Jet only
He's artillery
playing with his
drone.
own. He's an actual artillery drone trying to
he's
shoot
a
out those
UAV.
knives. He had to
Providing
make
surveillance. Already shots go in. Wall is standing. Spike plant will go down, so will the Viper's Pit, but Inan finally gets the frag onto Lightning Pass. Post plant has begun though. 4 versus 5 scenario. A lot of ultimates available for Global to play this round. Sorry, not Global, it's 88. Jen only gets a nice shoulder shot on Rossi, but Hellraiser with the trade. Counter wall is being played by Modeski. I don't know if it stood. There's too much in the sight to know if that wall is still standing. And none pushing down through yellow. Spots out the Sova. Can he get the frag? Dinks him, but not enough. But Skills though gets a couple of frags. Hellraiser as well. Bring it to 1v1. Revive is going to be there as well, but he's running out of time.
No time. Just
Swarm
run.
nade as well. Oh, it's done. They're going to have to save. They're going to have to run away.
Clutch.
That's not gonna be that good for them. But at least they put in the resurrection and they have enough money to go in for buys in the following round. This was a really smart idea to go in for a resurrection play, because look at the money and look at
Yeah.
how they're gonna be able to get the buys for their teammates. Jet only can pop. No, doesn't even have a blade storm, so he can just ask for a buy from his buddy. It was a good plan. It was a good way to just, you know, pick up the scraps and pick up the pieces from this round and just give you another opportunity to go in for a proper buy round in the following one. Now though, the side of Action PH, this is their last and final buy round. And for GE, that's going to be a breath of fresh air for them if they're able to take this one away. If GE are able to take this, Kirito, you know that Action PH, they're going to get put into a loop. Their momentum is going to get put to a full-on stop. And they have no way of coming on back from it. Not now, at least. It's going to give away GE the possibility of an 11 and 10. They have the highest let's say, statistic possibility of taking the 11th round. And after that, you're at match point. Either you fight them wholeheartedly on that 11 and 10 scoreline, knowing you don't have enough economy to try and prevent the overtime, try and get towards the overtime, sorry. And when you have that realization, how many more mistakes are you going to make? Take that into consideration.
Yeah, not many mistakes can be made right now. The room is very small, barely enough for these two teams, and you just can't make those mistakes right now, because this scenario, this is still the first map, but they're playing it like it's the grand final.
Let's choke them.
And honestly, it's sort of giving off that vibe that, okay, every round sort of counts, every bit of movement, every he's not detected. Okay, that's how that works. It's fine. But
He's standing
don't
behind that tiny little bit of a curtain.
I know, but come on, Riot. Okay. It's kind of it's weird. It's weird how this so recon works. The drone's gonna be coming in. The wall will be placed. They know that the Sage is on top. Doesn't really matter. The entry is denied, but they don't know the Sage. Jet is there. He's gonna get a frag onto Kappa. Tesseract with a follow-up onto Lightning as well. This B area looks pretty ripe for the taking, but
Oh my god!
Global pushing down mid. Hellranger, nice shot on Tesseract. Bring it to a 4 versus 3. And Rossi predicting that movement on the Jet, but the dash, oh,
Spike down.
maybe not the
Attacker
best of
spawn.
ideas. He had the spike as well. Oh, Skills brought down low in HP.
enemy
And
remaining.
the shot's gonna connect. Oh, they all just frag out. I don't know what
just
happened that
happened?
round. I don't know. Global, they were all over the place.
They were all over the place and they were taking 1v1 engagements like it was nobody's business.
They thought it was their business, but wrong address. Regardless, it is gonna
The
be...
tax collector came in.
Yeah, tax collector came in like, where's my money? He got the money and he got the round. It's gonna be a 9-11 scoreline, and economy for Action PH is looking pretty good. Global, they can go for some buys, but I mean, what do you do in this scenario? If you don't go for a buy, you're sort of giving away the match point. If you go for one and lose, you're gonna play the match point in a pretty crippled economy. They somehow make it work. They're gonna get a few rifles in, a couple of one Spectre, and I believe SK Rossi's on the Blade Storm. He is. Action PH. They're holding on to this A side with the Viper. Jet only. Oh my god. How is he there? He's so aggressive. He fast pushes out of B main and fallbacks as well. The Jet updraft down mid. They know he's not in the flank anymore. Right now, Global, they are caught between a rock and a hard place. The A side does open up, so they have some area of movement. Lightning Fast gonna be planting on top of the
Smart
Nest.
plan. Smart plan.
Yeah, the wall there as well, denying any chance of stopping that bomb plan. Rossi.
Rossi.
Now the flank is gonna be really big though. Especially considering when the plant is doesn't matter. Flank doesn't matter. Aryu is just gonna win all the fight from Raptor. Can he win the final frag as well onto Kappa? 1v3. He gets one. Doesn't get the second. What? I mean, I thought the flank was gonna be huge there, considering where the spikes planted. Like, well, right? Because they're gonna have to go in. They're gonna have to hold it from that direction.
Match
But who
point.
cares about the flank? Are you like,
There left.
yeah, you guys do you. I'll just drop everybody dead in front of me. And with that being said, match point for the side of Action PH 9 and 12. Not looking good for Global. It is the map pick of Action PH, but honestly, we did sort of expect Global to be a little bit better on this. They initially were whiffing a lot of shots. The communication wasn't working, and especially in these last couple of rounds aggressive, they aren't really coordinating that well. Like especially that round where the round where Hellranger pushed down mid. They got a frag, but nobody else was there. Like you definitely need to play together in a team where the mechanical skill is as good as you know, these players like Jet Only, Aryu. They're all fragging out so well. Oh, look at this. The one way.
Oh my god, no.
I thought he wasn't gonna win that. Oh no, they don't
They're
check
walking
the
inside the
corner.
load?
Spike down A.
Skills doesn't check the corner. Shock dart hits. Aryu doesn't
What?
matter. He gets one frag. Lightning Fast gets a trade. Revive is available. They will bring back skills. Man, what can he do to deny this? The wall's gonna go up. He's gonna be pushing in with the rain out, but doesn't matter. Skills triple kill. On for the ace, but gets the spike down.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, here comes the flank. Okay.
Lightning Fast. He's gonna be the game changer for them. He has a
saw him?
4K. He has a 4K, but still Jet Only.
Why?
He's not gonna be able to find out much, but hey, it's not an ace, but it's still a round win for the side of GE, and this is the round win that they need to try and bring this thing back for themselves. Heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss. Ladies and gentlemen, back at home, the thing is, GE, they're making mistakes, but they're being forced to do it in a lot of different situations as well. The communication breakdown, sometimes it does happen. Sometimes you're just not going to be able to go in for the comms, but you need to pick up those pieces, and GE, they're trying, but it's just not working out for them. Flawless play from the side of Action PH is giving them the biggest run for their money. Action PH, they're not missing their shots. They're not missing a single beat when it comes down to their own game plan and strategies. A little bit of a hard time for Iman to try and take down that recon bolt, but hey, sometimes a Vandal, it's just not the most accurate of weapons.
He's definitely gonna be a lot more of a hard time than that. 4 players pushing on him from B main. Gets dinged. He's 36 HP, still trying to take a fight.
Oh, Tesseract, he
Hunter's
knew!
Fury.
Tesseract,
Oh, that
beautiful!
He gets 2 frags. Yet Only is there as well to take a fight now. He's gonna be trying to get some frags. Doesn't get one. Just yet.
Poison's gone.
Hellranger will fall eventually to him. Lightning Fast. He's gonna have to heal himself up. And he gets the trade onto Jet Only, but still it's a 4 versus 2. Damage is done. I don't know if they can win this. And the flank's coming in as well. They have control of the flank. They have control of mid. Where are they gonna go? They have to push forward. They have to push Anan out of position. Or take him down.
Run.
I don't think they're going to be able to do this one. It's going to be really difficult. It's going to be really hard. Come on, he's just waiting around the corner. He misses the shot. That's going to be costly, but still, he's just going to chill. He's just going to wait, and that's all that he's got to do to bring in the win as well. The side of Action PH, they take map number 1 in very quick succession. Really good style as well. It wasn't a landslide of a victory, no. This was a victory that the side of Action PH had to fight for, but was it really a game where both sides played to the fullest capability? No, not at all. You know for a fact that, I'm going to state it out plainly as well, that Global, they made a lot of mistakes, and that's one of the main reasons why Action PH were able to take a win here. You're going to be going into the match highlights soon enough when that gets ready and prepped up. we'll break it all down for you and show you exactly what kind of mistakes Global made. And the fact is, they made the mistakes on a fundamental level. It was not even a strategic problem. And when it's not strategy and then when it's the fundamentals, do we chalk it up to say it was a bad day, or do we just say that Action PAs, they're the better squad? They are the better ones when it comes down to the fundamental play. They're the ones who showed a lot more consistency here. It's really hard to say, but at the same time, the truth sometimes need to be stated plainly, and you know that as well.
Yeah, for me, I feel like Action Page, the initial, aggressive play and the way they were getting so many frags, the way they were winning those gunfights, and Global were sort of put under in a pressurized scenario where they started cracking and making some mistakes, like not checking angles, pushing in alone, not communicating really well in general, which is something very unlikely of them. Like they, I guess they don't, they aren't really put in that scenario often where they are making those mistakes. They're forced to make those mistakes, and Action Page, that aggressive play and the way they just push in, like Global, they know, we realize that Action Page, they aren't having like mind-blowing strategies or anything. They're just like pushing in and trying to use their aim to the best, and it's working out for them in Global. I feel like that sort of set them off, like, okay, how are we not getting these gunfights? We should be winning those. They're pushing in alone, and that's definitely something that they need to work on, that mental ability to just get a grip. Let's all calm down. It's good, they're better at gunfights, but we're better at strategizing. They had a bit of a trouble doing that initially, but in the end they were able to get a few rounds, bring it really close, but in the end it just wasn't enough. But regardless, that was just the first map, and we're going to be taking a look at the highlights. They're already on your screen, and I mean, just look at the fragging capabilities. Even Rossi, initially he gets that shot in, but he was missing a lot of the operator shots early on, and that is something you definitely do not want to see from a player of his caliber.
Yeah. The morning blues are still on the side of Global Esports. They didn't wake up on the right side of the bed. And for Action PAs, they had all the advantages. They knew what was up. They knew what they really needed to do here. And systematically, they just were able to pick up the pieces that were falling and one by one find all of the kills, find all of the plays. Just get every single advantage humanly possible. Yes, the side of Global Esports, as soon as that hit the 2-5 scoreline, sorry, the 1-5 scoreline, they were able to turn on a switch and they were able to take 6 rounds consecutively to end off the first half with their own advantage. But as soon as the second round came in, where was the adaptability? It felt as though they defaulted back to the same GE that was playing when it came down to the 1-5 scoreline. That's not how it goes, because look at these defensive holds. GE, they knew what they really wanted to do on the side of defense, but these crossfires, these angle setups, where were these plays on the side of attack? None of it existed. It felt as though they were just running around the map trying to see what would work, what would not. They were trying to punish Action PH for being a lot more overly aggressive, but the gunfights were not being had. The gunfights being taken were pretty much in a 1v1 situation, an isolated 1v1, mind you, in multiple different ways. And a little bit too much over-aggression from the side of SK Rossi costed them a lot as well. They need to tone it all down. And these type of plays are what just brings them down over and over again. This revive pretty much being done in the open costed even more. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a heartbreaking loss, dude.
The fight fire on fire wasn't working out. If that doesn't work out, maybe switch things up. Maybe try and go for the unstoppable force makes immovable object strategy. Okay, let's just set up really passively. We're not gonna let them enter with, no matter how much how much force they come in with. We're gonna deny this entry. We have the utility. They have 2 sentinels. They need to work on that. They need to play off the strengths of their agent selection and their utility. It just didn't happen that much, and I mean, especially with utility like that, you definitely need to communicate a lot more, and that just wasn't seeing that. But still, it's just the first map, and it was the map pick of Action PH, and we expected them to be strong, maybe, but they definitely surprised us a little bit. Global as well, I believe they are definitely surprised a little bit, but it's all good and dandy. Don't worry, you can just reset, go into the next map. It's your own map pick on Haven. Play your agents, play that breach. Make sure SK Rossi can get that entry done, get those, set him up for those frags. That's the strat. That should be the game plan for them. And meanwhile, Action PH, they can just chill for a little bit. I know they have a pretty decent read on Global Esports, and that is something that they have done before. They are able to read the teams and have a proper game plan. I just want to see what they come up with. But for now, we're going to have to take a little bit of a breather. But I mean, after that excitement, can you even take a break? Well, I
Not
mean,
really.
I'm trying. I'm trying. Hopefully, the viewers are trying as well. Hopefully, you guys are all good. But yeah, if you're a global esports fan, it's gonna be tough for you. It's definitely gonna be having a mental toll. But let's see if they can bounce back. That's the question.
It's a bitter pill to swallow that global esports they had to lose like this, especially on game number 1 and being the map of Icebox as well. Icebox statistically is one of their best maps. This is a map where they have picked up over and over again, being able to take down the likes of Velocity as well on a regular basis. But for them to fall here, it just goes to show that the roster is not having the best of days here now, are they? They're trying to make it all work. They're trying to switch up the strategies. They're trying to showcase their mechanical capabilities as much as they possibly can, but sometimes mechanics are just not going to get you through it. And hopefully global, they're going to be able to bring it all back when it comes down to the final, comes down to the next map. Because look at how the side of Actionph played. Iman swung out, he got a little bit of information, and as soon as he got that information, it was a Hunter Spear being thrown out from the side of Tesseract to go in for that kill. Kappa was pretty much stuck in the most impossible of situations, and Tesseract, he was like, oh, I have a Hunter Spear, I'm gonna pop it immediately, bow and arrow them down into the next dimension. Good plays, good shots, and that's exactly what you want to see as well here. But for now, at least, we're going to be heading on down over into a short break. We're going to be setting up game number 2. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to hit the like, hit that subscribe, and also hit that notification bell to get notified when we are going to be going on live. But for now, a little bit of a break. We're going to get a little bit of water ourselves, and we'll be back with real shortly with the Intel Presents the Esports Club Challenger Series, powered by Cosmic Byte in association with Red Bull. We'll catch you in just a little bit.
Hey guys, this is Raka and welcome to the Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers gonna review the best new gaming laptops in the market. And today we are looking at the Intel powered Asus ROG Zephyrus S17, a laptop which stands for its amazing multitasking capabilities. As a streamer, I need my system to stream, game, record all at the same time. Having tested it, I'm quite thrilled that this laptop can actually handle it. And if you're wondering how, it is all thanks to the 11th gen Intel Core i9 processor, which gives your laptop a desktop caliber performance. With 8 cores, 16 threads and Intel Turbo Boost Max technology 3.0, it is capable of running several tasks without worrying about bottlenecks. So multitasking also leads to some heating issues, but luckily the S17 has its active aerodynamic system plus, which improves the airflow and enables long hours of streaming while keeping it cool. While choosing for a laptop, I also look for fast connectivity options for my accessories such as Stream Deck and capture card. But thankfully, the S70's Intel Thunderbolt 4 is very sorted in this regard. This one port lets me connect to all my accessories easily thanks to its blazing fast bandwidth speed up to 40 Gbps. Overall, I think the Asus Zephyrus S17 is a great laptop for streamers, gamers, or anyone with the similar needs. So what are you waiting for? Bring yours home today.
Hi guys, this is Zaya and welcome to Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers review the best new gaming laptops. Gamers are an impatient bunch, and I've got a laptop just for you. Let's look at the top 3 reasons why the Acer Predator Helios 300 is perfect for the impatient gamer. Number 1. Its 11th gen Intel Core i7 processor, which brings out the potential of the GPU's high-speed GDDR6 memory to ensure faster experience with higher frame rates and lower latency. Gamers hate long load times. That's why our second reason is the Helios 300's 2TB PCIe SSD. The SSD operates at PCIe Gen 4 speeds, giving you incredible read-write speeds for a faster response time. If all this wasn't enough, check out reason number 3. The 5th gen Aeroblade 3D technology plus Vortex Flow, which lets you say goodbye to heating issues. Shout out to the Predator Sense dashboard, which lets you monitor your system, overclock, and customize everything instantly from one place. I think it's clear that this system is geared for super fast results. Get your Acer Helios 300 powered by 11th gen Intel Core processor now.
Hey guys, this is Raka and welcome to the Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers gonna review the best new gaming laptops in the market. And today we are looking at the Intel powered Asus ROG Zephyrus S17, a laptop which stands for its amazing multitasking capabilities. As a streamer, I need my system to stream, game, record all at the same time. Having tested it, I'm quite thrilled that this laptop can actually handle it. And if you're wondering how, it is all thanks to the 11th gen Intel Core i9 processor, which gives your laptop a desktop caliber performance. With 8 cores, 16 threads and Intel Turbo Boost Max technology 3.0, it is capable of running several tasks without worrying about bottlenecks. So multitasking also leads to some heating issues, but luckily the S17 has its active aerodynamic system plus, which improves the airflow and enables long hours of streaming while keeping it cool. While choosing for a laptop, I also look for fast connectivity options for my accessories such as Stream Deck and capture card. But thankfully, the S70's Intel Thunderbolt 4 is very sorted in this regard. This one port lets me connect to all my accessories easily thanks to its blazing fast bandwidth speed up to 40 Gbps. Overall, I think the Asus Zephyrus S17 is a great laptop for streamers, gamers, or anyone with the similar needs. So what are you waiting for? Bring yours home today.
Hi guys, this is Zaya and welcome to Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers review the best new gaming laptops. Gamers are an impatient bunch, and I've got a laptop just for you. Let's look at the top 3 reasons why the Acer Predator Helios 300 is perfect for the impatient gamer. Number 1. Its 11th gen Intel Core i7 processor, which brings out the potential of the GPU's high-speed GDDR6 memory to ensure faster experience with higher frame rates and lower latency. Gamers hate long load times. That's why our second reason is the Helios 300's 2TB PCIe SSD. The SSD operates at PCIe Gen 4 speeds, giving you incredible read-write speeds for a faster response time. If all this wasn't enough, check out reason number 3. The 5th gen Aeroblade 3D technology plus Vortex Flow, which lets you say goodbye to heating issues. Shout out to the Predator Sense dashboard, which lets you monitor your system, overclock, and customize everything instantly from one place. I think it's clear that this system is geared for super fast results. Get your Acer Helios 300 powered by 11th gen Intel Core processor now.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intel Presents Esports Challenger Series powered by Cosmic Byte in association with Red Bull. We are now back on the hot seat once again. Not with the strongest performance, though, from the side of GE. A little bit of a heartbreaking loss for them because it was a 13-10 scoreline, yes, Kirito, but as we are going to be heading on down over towards the map video screen to get a recap, the issue is, did it feel like a 13-10 scoreline? In my eyes, it didn't seem like it.
Definitely not. Global, they put up a valiant effort. They definitely won a lot of rounds where we didn't think they'd win, but overall, I feel like their whole, hold on the game, the hold on the mental of the game wasn't there. And initially, whenever we saw that huge lead coming out from Action Page, they were like, okay, let's reset. They were able to tie things up, bring this really close. But in the end, it's like, in the end, the pressure was just too much. I feel like they were, making, very simple mistakes. As you said, they're, messing up in the fundamental levels. And that's not something we expect from global esports. And I feel like they should have a better ability to hold on to their mental strength. Like, okay, let's not affect this, affect this singular round or affect this singular incident for the rest of the match, right? Let's overcome it. Let's play on like we usually do. It's all good, but it didn't feel like that. They were definitely, making a lot of mistakes, which I didn't want to see, if I'm being honest. But it's all fine. It's all good. I mean, despite it being on the map of Icebox, Icebox was picked by Action PH, but as you said, it is a pretty decent map for the side of Global Esports as well. So I sort of expected them to be a little bit stronger on that front, but it's all good. We're moving on to Haven, and just based on agent selection and their utility on each agent, I feel like Global should have a better grip on this map.
They should, but at the same time, are they really gonna be able to put that proper footing down? Because what did we see on the map of Icebox? What was the primary problem? It was the communication. And what do Global like to play on the map of Haven? They like to play a Breach and a Sova with a Jet. So that's their pretty much bare bone composition pickup. And the fact that they are gonna play that composition, I'm really skeptical about, are they going to be able to pull off that composition really well with the level of communication that they have right now. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to be the person that's negative in this situation, but after what we saw in the last game, it has me worried. As we head on down over towards the draft screen as well, that's what we expect from GE, the Breach, the Sova with the Killjoy, but for Action PAs, they're going to be playing their double initiator lineup. And you didn't see it yesterday, but if they're able to pull off the same incredible plays today, side of Global, if they're not on their A game, they're going to start making a lot more mistakes.
It's gonna be a challenge for them either ways. Global, they just came out of a pretty, demotivating defeat, and it's all about just persevering through that. It's like, okay, it's fine. We have a stronger map coming up. As you said, the communication is the issue, but I feel like they should try at least. I mean, if they do find success early on with that breach and helping out the teammates get some frags based off that utility, I feel like that will definitely lift things up for them. Even if it's a couple of rounds, that might set the tone for the matchup. And Global, if they're able to hold on to that tone, hold on to that momentum, I feel like definitely they can make an impact on this matchup. But again, that remains to be seen. And
Select
the way
your
you're talking
agent.
about, the perfect utility coming down from Action PH, it's going to be a challenge regardless. But hopefully Global's ready for it. I don't know if I'm ready for it, but Global definitely needs to be ready for it, because if they don't, this is the second map. Remember, Action PH already have one map under the belt, so they're definitely going to be on the chopping block side of Global. If they lose this, they're going to be down to the lower brackets, and as one of the
You
strongest
don't want
teams,
to
as
be
one of
there.
the highlight teams, definitely don't want to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough one for them. But We are going to be going into a repick, I do believe, because a couple of the players were not able to pick up their agent compositions, and hey, it's completely fine to go in for a repick in this phase because the opponents don't know their compositions, you don't know your opponent's composition, nothing's going to switch out, nothing's going to change. But for now, at the very least here, Kirito, this is the thing that I really want to highlight, as you just stated. Perfect utility usage. We saw it from the side of Action PH when it came down to the map of Icebox, and the utility was pretty much limited, but the limited utility gave them so much value and so much space. Just one recon bolt spotted out 4 players and just won them a round that was pretty much impossible to win when you consider the post-plant positions that they could have held.
That is
And
indeed valuable.
now is a lot more utility. Now a lot more utility is on the server. You need to make a lot more different plays. And Aryo's on the Astra. Yesterday, Aryo was the top fragger with how many kills, if I remember correctly? 23, I believe. 23 kills. And
On
he
an
was
Astra?
using, yes, on an Astra, 23 kills. And he was completely pulling off the most incredible gravity wells and stuns possible. Every single time you saw a star being placed by the man, it affected someone. That'd be a Nebula, Gravity Well, Astral Divide, or even the Concussive. All of
Yeah,
it was there.
it's definitely difficult to play the Agent of Astra. Like, so much utility to play with, and having control to the whole map. Sort of in those scenarios, I prefer more those one-dimensional controllers like Breach and Omen, because like, okay, it's not really my fault. I can't smoke for you there, can I? I'm very much limited. But on Astra, I have control over the whole map. I can place my stars whenever I
Choose your
want,
agent.
and it's all gonna come down to my idea of the game, my game sense, and my timing on if I can use that utility to the best or not. And if Arya is able to pull those off, and combined with that, frag out as well, get the insane frags, provide the firepower that your team needs as well, that is a difficult role to play. And he's definitely someone to look out for if he can do all that playing the Agent of Astra, and being despite being limited on utility, because as Astra is definitely not a duelist. She doesn't have a flash, she doesn't have any methods of moving away from a gunfight like a dash or maybe a dismiss like that. It's definitely harder to take the gunfights with an Astra, and if he can pull those off, Global, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. But we're going to be moving in. It's going to be Action PH on defense for the first half, and it is gonna be difficult because obviously it's a bit of it at attacking side of the map. I believe Global should be running around the whole place, trying to do a lot of rotation, try and fake a lot of rotations. So let's see how it turns out. It's all gonna come down to who wins these first few rounds to set the tone of the match. And if the tone is set, it's gonna be all on changing that tone. Like Global, they definitely need to work on trying to hold on to that mental and having that mental stability in the game. That is gonna be a big factor. But moving in, it's I don't know, man. It's a difficult map for either side. Both sides have their perks, they have their cons as well. And let's see what happens. The round begins. It looks like it's gonna be an A hit coming out from the side of Global. First point of contact is gonna be on that A sewers. It's gonna be Rossi pushing in. He has a frenzy in hand. There's an opposition jet right in front of him. Goes for the peak and lands a nice headshot. The first frag in favor of Action PH, but still they're holding on strong on that A side. But looks like it's going to be a rotation. They're going towards B, and this hole coming out from the side of Action PH, they didn't rotate. Motsky, he didn't move to that A side immediately, despite it being a pistol round. Now he has a pretty good, solid flank setup. He's moving in, taking down lightning fast. They can easily flank, but Jet only. Oh,
Spike
they don't even
down.
need a
Flawless?
flank. Flawless pistol, no. Skills gets one, but pretty close to a flawless, not gonna lie.
That was really close. That was pretty much down in the dumpsters, Flawless, because consider something, the spike plant didn't even go down.
Oh yeah.
Look at their money. They almost have none. They can't go in for the sheriff buys. They need to go for a full-on eco. No possibility of a force buy whatsoever. They need to take this one really slowly. Jet only as well. He had 2 kills, so he can pick himself up a Marshall and a full shield, and still be able to buy an operator in the following round if he wants to. That is, and if he survives. Don't think he's gonna do that just yet, so he's just gonna wait. He's just gonna chill. 2 more kills is a requirement for him to find that, but Imam, he's literally moving up. He's gonna be finding that
hello.
precision kill. Beautiful headshot from him. Spots out SK Rossi. Hits him a little bit, but that's it. And Imam just doesn't miss. Imam, this guy and his aim is just so clean. It's just so crispy. You can't make it up. How does he get away with stuff like this?
I am surprised. I don't know. He just pushed up there. He had support from behind, but again, it's usually the Sky, right, who stays behind. It's like, okay, let me send this bird for you. I'll flash, you go for the peak. It was the complete opposite. He was the one in the front line. He flashed for himself, and it's not easy to do with the Sky. Controlling that flash, controlling that bird is not easy. My last night's rank matches are, evident. It's not easy to play the Sky on whichever map, but he made it happen, and he got the frags. Right now, it's gonna be the buy round for Global. All rifles in their hands, but look at this. Actionph, Tesseract, just walking up to window. Nothing to really deny him from that, but again, we see Skills holding on. Walks into his crosshair. Nice shot coming out of him. Denies the flank for now, but he's spotted out, but there's one more player behind him though.
Oh, no, the timing.
What's happening? They're ringing around the Rosie. They're just spinning around. Meanwhile, the bomb is planted in the A side. Jet only is trying to get out of that scenario, but Skills gets a frag on him. But there's one more player though. He's not aware of that. Rossi brought down to 70 HP. He's gonna have to fall back. The drone's gonna be sent in to gather some information. 2 players on Heaven.
These players on Heaven cannot jump down. If they do jump down, they're dead. And they need to jump down directly.
They need to jump on the box, but Lightning Fast is right there.
Let's save the
Comes
gun.
the flash.
I don't know. At this point, maybe Jet only is the only one who wants to go in
Yeah,
for a save.
He had the Marshal. He picked up the Vandal because he had a
he had
little
the
more
damage,
HP. He had a little bit more HP to work with, but okay. He's gonna die regardless to the spike.
Covering it.
Aryo will be saving his own rifle, but that was, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is the type of situation that you just really can't get a lot from. You just gotta give it up. You just gotta go towards that next round and see what you can do from that.
But a smart plan. Jet only, I did not notice this personally, but he was the one to remember it. He does have enough money to go in for an operator pickup, but he doesn't want to go in for it just yet. He wants to keep that operator for as long as he possibly can, because it's Hellranger on the breach, and the breach is really good at flushing out an operator, and Jet only it's giving Hellranger that level of respect, being like, hey, I know you're good, so I'm going to be really careful in the way that I take up my operator pickup. He's not going to use it just yet, but with the amount of utility being popped already down towards that A site, GE, they're looking for a full on-site execution, and they should be able to get it soon enough as well.
Unless
Oh my
Jet
God.
only just peeks and takes down SK Rossi. There's one more player there. The breach flashes come in. It doesn't really help in the entry. Tesseract, the timing on that peak was perfect. Just as Lightning Fast was looking away, he's gonna get that headshot in. 3 versus 5. We thought this was gonna be a full-on execution. Execution happened, but it was in favor of Actionph. Spots out the breach, spots out the killjoy as well. The double peak comes in. Hellranger gets
enemy
one, but so
remaining.
does Iman. Trade happens, but Hellranger runs in. But there's a firing squad waiting for him in the back, and it's gonna be a 3-1 score line. Actionph lose a couple of players, but it's all good. They're able to win out that round. They're gonna be able to keep the rifles as well. Not the same situation for Global Esports. They're gonna go for an eco. They're gonna go for a tactical timeout before an eco. I don't know if that's the best idea, but who am I to say anything?
Hey, it's a double up, let's say. Taking the tactical timeout here will allow players to go in for a proper reset. It will allow them to rest their eyes, it can allow them to rest their arms and just get into a better mindset. And also do another thing. They can finally work out a proper game plan and proper strategy, because how is the side of Global Esports losing these engagements? They're being corralled into corners, they're giving away map control, and even when the map control is established, they don't know what to do with it. The one round that they were able to win when it came down to their first initial buy on that was primarily due to Skills being able to cut off that backstep and prevent map control from happening from the side of Actionph. If you know that Actionph is a team that loves to take a lot of map control, why are you not fighting for it? Where is the utility being placed on the back end of it all? Where is Skills when he needs to just completely be there to stop a flank from happening? He needs to be that dedicated lurk watcher, otherwise it's just not going to work out for them. 3 players waiting for Hellranger to come on back from inside of the site. They all were waiting there. This is the level of aggression that Actionph are showing, and I'm really hoping that the side of GE, they pick up on that really quickly and they start going for proper anti-strats where they are using utility to hold down the flank, and they are playing much more for rotations instead of going in for a full-blown side take. Because these side takes are just not working. Defensive holds are a little bit too strong and a little bit too potent as of right now.
Ooh, Jet only got peeked from window. He was flashed as well, but has managed to survive. Rossi is gonna be on a solo Vandal for the side of Global, a hero Vandal if I might say, but Jet only. The timing is not good. He's almost got onto the window. He could have done some serious damage from there onto the players if he was able to get in there in time, but that's gonna be one more gun for the side of Global and one-man advantage. Right now they are in a very awkward position. They haven't really made a choice on where to go. But Actionph, look at the change in their strat. They were very aggressive early on, but right now they've definitely slowed things down. They're definitely playing a very passive playstyle. And they're trying to push back. But Iman, he has other ideas. He's going to be peeking window from Garage. Not the easiest of angles, but he's going to try and make it count. Kappa gets a frag onto Ryu,
left.
and one more onto Iman. And now it's all onto these two players, Tesseract and Modeski. They're both on the flanks. And I mean, they can try and get some exit frags, maybe get one onto skills. He's only on a classic. And oh, they didn't see him. They didn't see him, but he didn't see him.
Motsuki. Why is he still checking this angle? That's the real part.
I mean, Tesseract didn't really check it. He just ran past it. I don't know. Oh, he might find one more. Rossi lives for now, but not for long. He's gonna one more Tesseract with a follow-up. They bring it to okay.
3 versus 4, and they still win.
They win that. They were all the way behind. They were all the way on the A side. They were rotating. They were shift walking their way here, and they win that.
It's fine.
What's happening?
It was an eco round, so I'll give the side of GE the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes these eco rounds and their losses are just, I don't know. Rossi, he didn't need to go in for that re-swing. The fact that he did swing from window, I understand what he wanted to do. He had the isolated 1v1 and he wanted to take it, but Rossi, you need to know your limitations for today. You're not at your topmost form. You need to just do the bare minimum at least. Going in for these swings, it's gonna be a little bit of a problematic situation for him now, isn't it?
Ooh, Modeski.
Motsuki, he's right around the corner. He knows, but Rossi, this is good. Do not over-aggress. Do not go in for a peek. This would have costed you your life, possibly. You wanted to go in for that fight. He knows he needs to play this a lot more slower, but the fact is, Rossi, he's all on his lonesome on towards the side of A short, while all of his members are going on down over towards the C side. He's holding on to a lurk, but he's gonna be pretty late when it comes down to his execution. And with this rush coming on down through, Aryu should be able to go for one more kill, but no! Aryu, he was so surprised. He didn't know that the Rolling Thunder was not gonna affect him. So he just stood there being like, okay, maybe I'm just gonna die here.
I'm dead. Yeah, but Jet only is here with the operator. He gets one. I thought that was a collateral, but one is enough for now. But he gets one more with the Blaze Storm pushing in. Here comes a player from Garage, Rossi. Getting the trade. That was a good use of good timing on that breach utility. Now they're going to be moving in for the post-plant scenario. Not an easy scenario for the side of Actionph to win. Man knows there's a player in that long position. Tries to push him, but gets fragged. Modeski with the trade. 2 versus 2 scenario. Rossi coming in from Garage. Now this is a difficult scenario for Tesseract. 2 angles. Which one are you going to check? He goes for the one with the operator. Rossi picking that gun up and making it count. Finally, the one round going in favor of Global. 4-2 is going to be the scoreline. And honestly, I think Rossi's fake was pretty effective there. He was able to bring, I think, 4 players to that ace side. And I'm surprised Actionph actually fell for that. I mean, they did push the A side quite a bit in the last few rounds, and I think they thought it was a full-on attack, but maybe re-rotate really quickly instead of keeping all 4 players. I don't know, but Rossi's fake definitely played a big role in that last round.
We'll see. He's in that perfect situation on his own accord. He has an operator in his hand, should be able to punish, but no, gently. Better control, better positioning. He gets away with it. And with Ryu also coming in for a double peak, the man advantage just doesn't exist anymore. That was a trade, but was it a fair trade? Oh, hell no. It was a Jet for an Astra and a Jet. How do they enter into sights now? They need to play purely based upon the flashes. Hellranger does have forward control. He has a sight for himself, but is it really a good thing? Nope, not gonna happen. Gunbrel spotted out, and Hellranger, he's just gonna get caught out.
Yeah, someone needed to be very brave with the breach flashes, but it's definitely not gonna be anybody right now because the breach does not exist.
One enemy remaining.
Gets a good trigger discipline, spots out the
Spike
final
down
player as
A.
well, gets the spike down. It's all good. That's wrecked. Easy frag onto Kappa, and that's gonna be a 5-2 scoreline. Oh god, that execution outside C in C long, it's just changed the whole matchup. Global, they definitely had a game plan to go, and I believe they tried to maybe explore both A and C. Whoever got a pick first, maybe try and move into that side, but that encounter not going in their favor. Even if it did go in their favor, I believe only one player would come out on top. It would still be a 4 versus 3. It would just be in favor of Global. And still, there would be a difficult scenario for them to win. Especially when they lose both the Jet and the Astra. Just won't have an easy time pushing into sites without those agents. And now SK Rossi are pushing in. Oh, gets a nice right click onto Jet only. Off with the head. And he's unaffected. I don't know what's going on.
He was a little bit further away from that, so he will be unaffected, but the right click was good, but the problem is he didn't get a gun out of it now, did he?
Oh,
Not gonna be
Hellranger,
able
what
to
are you
survive for
doing?
long, but Iman casually gets a kill. Hellranger just walks inside of the side and possibly gets a kill for himself, but still lightning fast. He has the A side under his own control.
Should
Goes
know.
left, goes right, and Iman.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
You are
This is
divided.
dangerous. He's playing a
knows the
really
plays here.
dangerous game here. No, he doesn't. There's no way he should know the timing!
No, the timing!
That is a heartbreak and a half. That is a heartbreak and a half.
I feel you. That is definitely not what he wanted there, and the Astro
Spike
Cosmic
planted.
Divide is gonna allow them to go for the plan. Post-plan scenario begins 2 versus 3. They don't have much utility to work with.
Obscuring vision.
The side of Action PH Global instead have a pretty decent lineup for this post-plan. They have the smokes as well. They have the good setup. Look at this positioning from Lightning Fast as well. Inside that smoke, he's gonna be completely safe, tucked away. Unless he goes with the peak, but the one-way works out not in his favor.
Enemy
And
remaining.
Oh my god,
he
last guy's
wins
1
one more.
HP.
There was a turret there as well. Skills all onto him. 1 HP. Waiting for the smoke to dissipate. He's just one shot. Oh,
Half defuse.
And they get it. Yeah.
Oh god, thank god.
No. How do they win that? How do they win these scenarios?
It's just the fact that they're a better squad when it comes down to these clutch scenes, because every single time I see the side of GE being able to nearly bring out an eco round. This was an eco, mind you. And in this eco, they
Modeski should
nearly were
not
able to
have-
win it.
Modeski should not have gotten 2 frags there. Especially
really
with the
shouldn't
turret
have.
shooting him. He should not have. He should be punished immediately after getting 1. The turret was there as well. That gunfight should have gone in their favor, and that could have resulted very differently, but no. It's gonna be a 6-2. 1 away from guaranteeing the lead in this first half, Action PH. And they're consistent as well. It's not like
Taking that back.
some
Need that back.
solo players fragging out. It's not like Jet only is just going absolutely ham. Modeski's going ham. They are getting the frags, but everybody's pretty consistent overall on their gunfights.
They're playing it really smartly, and that's why they're getting so much value out of this as well. Now it's Aryu's turn to maybe find a little bit more on his own accord. He has
Get
the
yourself-
positions. Rescue Rossi. He gets a first initial kill on the Jet only. Finally gets that revenge frag that he wanted, that he needed to bring on back through and him on. 1 flash, 1 kill. That's
no,
gonna
there's
be
a player
good, but
behind
no! Rescue Rossi just walks inside on the side and gets a freebie
He
on
heard him. He heard him in the
Spike
smoke, then he was ready for that flash. Lightning Fast gets a trade on Modeski, but Aryu with his own. They know where he is right now. They know that he's in, around the garage area. They know that the Sova's in this A-Link as well.
Last player
Trying to get
standing.
something happen, but no, Hellranger gets the frag in. And now they're isolating Aryu. Nothing he can do. It's going to be an easy 4 versus 2 win. Global 60 is going to be the scoreline. They finally get something to happen in their favor. But it took honestly, it took a lot of effort, if I'm being honest. They were able to walk in. There were so many factors that could have gone wrong. If SK Rossi didn't push through that smoke, if he didn't cross that A-Link, that flash would have hit him. And a flash from Iman would have hit him, and maybe Iman would have been good for 2 there. Who knows? But yeah, it worked out in their favor. Now they need to, make sure the momentum stays in their favor and make sure they keep the ball rolling in their park. Because 6-6 is something they definitely need right now. Dire need of it. Ooh, distract.
Assault. But look down towards how Ross is playing. Again, over aggression. Just go in for the swing. Go in and take a fight. Maybe if you're able to find something here, that's gonna be good. But no, Emon walks away with murder. Poor old Kappa didn't even know what hit him there, but still SK Rossi's gonna be able to retaliate and find another one for himself. Emon with an immediate trade-off, so that's strong, that's good. But why go in
That's
for a
not a good
re-swing?
angle. That's not a good angle to do that.
Yeah, didn't even need to go in for a re-swing. Tesseract's gonna get caught between a rock and a hard blades. Easy shot for lightning fast. He just doesn't miss those. And with that, highest possibility. Just switch it up, change it all in, maybe bring it back home. But Motsuki.
They can actually leave this if they want. They can go back to maybe B or C, but they're executing this.
You know,
the flash.
he knew.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 1v3. Now they exactly know where RU is. Again in that 1v3 scenario. Pushing him out with the breach utility. Can he get one at least? A triple P comes in, not in this lifetime. He's gonna get one, but decent attempt. I think it all came down to Iman actually going for that repeat, as he said. That was not a favorable scenario for him, but he went for the fight and lost the hold on to A short. Tesseract as well gonna be falling to that really insane peak coming out from Lightning Fast, and the whole dynamic just changed. Global Esports get one more on the board, 6-4. They're 2 away from equalizing. Can it happen? If it does happen, I believe Global will definitely counter that, and the defense should be a lot better considering they have a Killjoy, a Sova, and a Astra on the team. But Skirossi, great start to this round. A headshot onto Medeski, the only player holding on to the C side. The rest of the players are from Actionph, they're all the way on that A. They're rotating, they're still making their way here. And Global, they have all the time in the world to get comfy, to get settled in for the post plan.
Can't get overly comfy though, otherwise it could just end really badly for them. Skills around the corner, swings out, get that first initial kill on towards the face of Jin only. And now it's lightning fastest third.
Oh, what is he doing?
That's a little bit scary on their own accord. Just get tagged in the head, and now it's time for the fame to begin. Lightning Fast, he knows he cannot go in for the swing, not just yet. He's gonna jiggle around the corner.
Gravitational well him.
Right, here comes a beautiful aftershock. That's gonna give them the little bit of an edge that they need. Going for the fight, but Emon's still gonna be strong for one kill. He's not gonna be good for a second though. Instead, it's gonna be Kappa with a straight transfer with that Vandal in his hand. Shut them both down. 6 and 5 on the scorecards, and GE.
Last round before
they're able to turn it all around as well here. The fact that they did get the 6th round on the the 5th round on the board, and the possibility of them heading on down over to a 6-6 scoreline, it's gonna give them that tiny little bit of an edge, because hey, it's not a massive advantage, but at least it's even Stevens. They can start the second half with a completely clean slate, and the game of Valorant just gonna be put on rewind with only 12 rounds deciding instead of the 24.
Taking that back.
Definitely a possibility for the side of Global to have a good comeback, and we see a lot of ultimates being used. Rossi, no way he misses that. But Medeski gets a color frag, the Hell Ranger and Kappa on the trade. They're gonna get one with a 100 story and one on the side. Tesseract trying to throw some shotgun lineups. Will this connect is the question. Not really. The bomb plant is on the backside area. Trying to execute this for a quick retake. He gets one on the bomb plant. Jet only. He's gonna get a couple. Hell Ranger does get a trade, but oh, the smoke doesn't work in his favor. 1v1. Eman, he's gonna win it.
How do you win this?
I had no idea what's going on, man.
Switching sides.
Not this.
I had
this
no idea what was happening.
I don't accept this. This one, I just can't accept the fact that you won this.
As a very good streamer, my boy Shroud said, this ain't no boomer game. you need to be able to process whatever is happening in the game in your head and translate it into your arms and keyboards and mouse and put it, respond accordingly. And that is not easy to do, but somehow the side of Actionph, I mean, I'm here, I'm from the spectator's view, I have all the info. Like, I'm looking where they are, I can see what utility they're going to be using, where the utilities are placed, but I'm having trouble. I'm like, what is happening in that site? I have no clue. And Actionph were able to calculate that and respond accordingly. Great play from Hell Ranger though. Does lose a chunk of his HP, but all good.
Just rushing on down through.
What? Control.
Hello.
Motsuki?
Spike down.
Okay, bro. That's an okay, bro moment. But still, SK Rossi's not gonna be able to survive that. Tesseract swings out and he's gonna be able to just flick onto the face of SK Rossi and take him down. And now Ginormous is just running on down through as well. What is happening? Are you playing a game of Valorant or are you playing a game of Deathmatch?
He smokes that, dashes away, and just walks back into the
Look
smoke.
at his smile. Look at his smile. Tesseract is like, oh, did I just get away with that? No, I just did not.
And I mean, he's playing Valorant and is smiling. That is not something you see, okay? Being honest.
He's an actual demon.
He is.
He
He's the
sold his
demon that I
soul to
faced
the
last
devil.
night.
He sold his soul to pretty much.
I offer my life for being good at Valorant.
No, he offered his soul to Valorant, and Valorant's like, alright, fine, we'll let you smile.
Oh, not Dead Only is not smiling after that flash. He was definitely wanted to go for the peak, but won't be able to do that. All good, no problem. They're still pushing into the site. Rotations coming in from global, but the spike is nowhere there. If this is a fake, if they rotate right now instead of executing, they can definitely make something happen. But instead they're walking in. Tesseract finally gets a trade in his team's favor. 3 versus 4 scenario. Kappa. Does he want to go for this peak? Knows the players there. Did he see him cross? I believe he didn't. Skills trying to go for a lurk. Tesseract will get the frag onto Kappa. Bring it to a 3 versus 3. Now they know there's still one player around this the C and B area. At the weapon disadvantage, Mutski. Oh, almost lost his life there, but wins control over C site and get the spike down.
Spikes down. Placing swarm grenade.
Painful moment there. And now
It's
another round lost. Oh no! What the timing? How bad is the timing in this game today?
Could not have been worse. That is, send that clip to Riot right now. That needs to go on social. You could not have worse timing than that. Literally the second he pressed 3 or switched to his knife. Literally that second. Oh my god, you cannot get closer than that.
Just
Still they win 9-5.
it's a 9-5 scoreline, but it's just hard, man. It's really hard for me to justify a lot of the things that are happening in this game. And GE, they're just being played like a fiddle. They are able to adapt. They are able to switch everything out. They are able to turn on new strategies. And these are the new strategies that I was talking about.
Down. C.
Oh my god, all the members of the side of Actionph, they started rushing on through from the side of Garage. Without any utility, mind you, without clearing off every single angle.
Spectre go bird. SK Rossi just went for that peak and just mowed them down. I looked at it positioning, was like, is it gonna happen? He's not gonna be able to get a frag with this, is he? He's gonna be cleared. Maybe one at best. No, instead it's gonna be a near flawless round for the side of Global. 9-6 is the scoreline, not the other way around. But still, they're able to. Their economy wasn't that really good, Global Esports. That was a buy round the second round in this second half. They did go for a bit of a buy. So they had a pretty messy armory, but now with that win, they can switch to all rifles. And the side of Actionph, they are gonna have to play their weird armory. Their weird weapons loadout. 1 Vandal, 3 Sheriffs, and Iman's on a classic. Okay. I guess he doesn't really have money for anything else.
Yeah, he's just gotta bite the bullet here and possibly look to his teammates to die out early. Just like you.
Ah, come on.
If I don't have money to buy anything, I just run around after you. You die and I immediately pick up your gun. Easy round win. That's how you say
always buy you, dude. I always buy. I played a Marshall for you on a gun round.
Hey, being selfless is really important sometimes.
On
and all the
Omen.
members.
I was
And
Omen.
sometimes stuff like this is very much important here in the game of Valorant as well on a very competitive setting. Both of these teams, they're playing exactly like that.
You
They
were
are getting control.
smurfing.
I was not.
You were smurf. I'm silver. You were smurfing. Okay, don't talk. Oh,
God.
Tesseract was definitely not smurfing there. He got smurfed instead. Loses his head. I mean, he didn't have the weapons to fight that. Actually, it's not really Actionph's round to win.
30 seconds left.
Still, they wouldn't mind doing some damage yet only. They cleared a lot of this
Oh
area.
no! He gets away with it!
Stun.
Oh, they get a couple. Oh, Spike's going down at C. Oh,
Spike
Jet only gets
planted.
one more. What? Hello?
Well, hello. This round went from a 0 to 100 in like 2
Tables have
seconds.
turned. The turns have tabled. Hello? Oh, I don't know what's happening. How did they win that?
One enemy remaining.
Let's
What is
look at it.
happening?
Full seaside control. Jet only walks up from the side of C-Long. No one holds him. No one does anything. And he nearly tries to go in for an updraft play and possibly a kill on towards the face of Skills. But Skills is going to be going in for that immediate flick of his own accord. Snaps onto his head to take him on down. But what does he do here? Absolutely nothing. Skills is dead.
Skills
And
is
are
checking
you-
his mouse. That flick definitely did something to his mouse. Oh my god. How have they won this? How have they won this? That one, the way they pushed into Garage, the first Sheriff shot coming out from Jet only, he wins that. Modeski pushes in, gets the player onto B main, and it's just done. And the spike was there from RU as well. He pushed in to C. As soon as the frags went down, he was pressing F as hard as he could to get that spike planted. Really great turnaround from the side of Action PH, but oh god, Global. I do not want to be in their mental state right now. That definitely hurts. They were on an eco. There were 3 sheriffs. My god.
They still get away with it.
And now they have guns and a decent economy as well. If Global lose this, their money is going to be down in the ditches. It's pretty much guaranteeing a match point scenario, I believe. If they win this, oh, Global, see, how do you miss that shot? I don't know. They're going to breach all that, but it's a fake. The Global aren't falling for it, not just yet. Noise is being made as they push into the E side. Lightning Fast sees the gun barrel, misses a bunch of his shots, doesn't get the frag, instead loses a chunk of his HP. Does do decent damage onto Tesseract though. Oh, Hunter Spirit. Oh my god, how does he pull out the Hunter Spirit from there? There's still a player in short, does Mureski gets a frag onto Skills. Lightning Fast making himself known. Here comes the lockdown.
No.
They're trying to go for a quick retake shot. Oh, oh my god!
Player standing.
Jet only finally comes to save the day. 1v1. Breach versus Jet.
God.
My lord, SK Rossi is a demon, but it's all gonna come down to Hellranger to clutch this out. Spike is planted. Jet only even has the Blade Storms if he wants to go for it. Hellranger has no idea where he is. Now he knows. Oh! They're playing with each other's feelings. He's dashing away. Oh my god, the Jet plays. He uses the Blaze Storm. Can he bring it to half? He's gonna stick it.
Oh, he knows.
Brings it to half.
Oh no,
Jet. I actually feel bad for SK Rossi. I'm gonna have to watch the replay on that one, dude. SK Rossi, what was those? What? Those up shots. Look at this. He's lining them up. He's waiting for it, and he lets the trigger pull. Gets to another quick flick onto the sofa. What a shot! Gets the
only wasn't
lockdown
on
as well
alert.
in the end.
If he wasn't on alert, this was over.
That round was over. He would have easily gotten one more frag there, I believe.
That was a simple one. Like, very much.
area.
Side of Global's not gonna be able to do much here, but SK Rossi here on this round with his Blaze Storm could just be the difference maker. SK Rossi with a second, he's looking for his third. The shots are not gonna happen, and SK Rossi being with his own life trying to go in for the much
Hellranger.
of an aggressive peak, but Hellranger, beautiful one tap coming on down from his side, sling it out over to a 2 versus 4.
Oh,
Good shots, good plays, but Jet only. They should know.
Football.
that is so
But he still
good.
finds the kill. That's such a good swing.
Hellranger's
Beautiful.
in a tough spot right now. They should know there's still a breach here. Hellranger hugging that wall like it's his, I don't know what it is, but something very dear, something you'd hug really tightly, but oh, it's all gonna come down to timing. He's surrounded from all sides. Here comes Kills. This is the shot with the Sheriff.
Player standing.
Not for long. He finally gets that fragging. It's all on to Motsuki. But look at this interesting positioning. If the timing is right, if Hellranger doesn't spot this, the timing is right. The timing is beautiful. He can walk into A, get the bomb down. Hellranger realizes, oh wait, what?
Spikes down.
Oh, he hears the noise. They know they're close.
Take the fight. Take a swing. They should be able to do it, but no!
Oh god,
Beautiful play from Hellranger though, but imagine if Motsuki hit the flick.
dude.
He would have
if
lined
they
them
lined
both
up.
up.
Yeah, the
They did
Phantom as
like-
well.
Thrifty.
Oh, that was so close. That was so close. I want to give credit to Global Esports, but that was really close. Motsky, really good play though. He was able to walk back towards A, catch the timing, get a good timing on the rest of the players, and get the bomb down. Pretty good from him. It's an 11-7. Global Esports, they're on a run. They can bring this back. It's gonna be difficult. It's still very much difficult, but if they can bring this back.
One round at a time. Small baby steps forward. And then take the fight. Then you're gonna be able to take the win. SK Rossi. He's holding down on his own accord. Keeps off the angle though. That would have been a peek and possibly a kill from their side if they just held it for just a little while longer, but it's not looking as good for them now, is it? Jet only gets a tiny little bit of info that no one's going in for an aggressive peek from that sideline, but still it could be a problem. Skills, he's holding on down from his own corner. All of his utility has already been used, and SK Rossi finds that first initial takedown on the one, but still Jet only every single time with that Vandal.
Only player that can counter SK Rossi's operator is Jet only with a Vandal.
Imagine if that was a headshot.
Imagine indeed. The lightning fast will find one of his own onto Jet only. Finally stopping this mad lad. Oh no, Motsky, that is not a good peek. His shoulder was showing. Half of his body was showing. Elrange is going to be easily getting that frag. All onto RU and Tesseract. They're all moving to A site. And a good read from Global. They know they're here. That star is going to make things so much more difficult for the side of Actionph. They're walking through it though. They're brave.
One enemy remaining.
They're all dead.
But the bravery is just not gonna bear any fruit. 11 and 8. Now it's gonna be another round going in favor of the side of Global Esports, and finally they have it all under control. But as soon as they gain that momentum, full on stop. Motsky's like, all right, boys, we are losing too many rounds. We're on an 11-8 score line, and GE, they're starting to pick up. Turn it all around. Take it slow. Let's recap. What is going on with us that we are making mistakes on? First of all, first initial mistake. They're all running around pretty much all over the place, as you can see. Players are going on C, players are going on B, and they're trying to brute force their way through the side of garage while not taking any form of C-long control or not causing any pressure from that specific angle. Why are they doing this? That's a real big question mark for me. They already lose out on 2 players on towards that C-long sideline. Then they start making the rotation onto B while establishing a little bit of mid control. That is good. That is smart. But you're not using the mid control in any way, shape, or form. You're giving it up. You're not going in for a push into the B side. You're not using your utility to take proper map control away and test out all of the different sidelines and all the different opportunities that you can go for. The fact that Actionph are playing it in a very one-dimensional way, like I go on C and then I rush A. That's pretty much what's happening, and Global, they're wise to that. Hellranger gaining all the information that he needed from just one peek, saw the head of an Astra, and he knew if the Astra is here, then they have to go in for an A-side take. Otherwise, they wouldn't come through.
Regardless. Good execution coming in from Actionph. Running into this B side. Jet only. Hello.
God!
And Mani gets one more with the Sheriff as well. He's still going RU. He's going onto the base from. There's a player on that ceiling. It's all onto SK Ross. He's trying to save that operator now. Save is definitely the one he should be going for. 3 shots left. They're all pushing him. Lands a nice flick on the Jet only. There's one more player coming out from garage. Does he read this? He doesn't. But he still managed to land the shot. He's doing decent damage to the economy. This might seem like a fight for survival, which it is, but he's doing damage to the economy on the meantime. And now they don't know where he is. He disappears into the night. What was this execution? Literally 10 seconds of absolute mayhem, followed by 5 extra seconds of SK Rossi. Got 1 bullet though. Oh, you got a feel for him. He definitely gave it his all to keep that operator.
Match
Instead,
point.
it's going to be a match point scenario for the side of Actionph. Series point. G still have a buy though. SK Rossi, he wants that operator. He's not even going for armor. They have to go for these desert buys. There's just nothing else they can do.
Swollen 8.
Very broken guns, and Rossi, he's on his desperation operator. Complete glass cannon. One more point away from going in for full-on ultimate. That Blaze Storm could be a difference maker for them, but once again, they know exactly where Lightning Fast is, and this is gonna be a problem! And this is what I was actually worried about. Oh my god, they fall apart here because of it. They're not even gonna be able to go in for a full-scale side push just yet. The defenders at a killjoy lockdown has been placed, and this is gonna be a problem. One of the players are gonna get caught out. Moski!
Oh no.
Goodbye! He's not gonna be the one to survive! And it's gonna be Skills coming in for a double. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. Throw them all up into the air. They're stuck between a rock and a hard placing out. Going for the swing. They can take the fight, but still they're able to survive.
1v1.
Jet only. It takes
Off,
two
off
more.
the op. Jet be jet. Oh, the shoulder peek comes in and Rossi managed to land that. He definitely took his time with that. Dude, if I was Jet only, I would not peek that like that. I would do anything but jiggle peek that. Oh god, that was way too close. Okay, Rossi coming out for his team, managing to clutch out that round, but is it still enough? 12-9, they're one away. APH, their economy is a little bit damaged. They're still going for the buys, but Global. My god, I don't know, man. This is
That last round literally was
That
okay.
is
It was like a
too
30.
much.
From a 30, it went to a 200 in like what? 0.5 seconds. Rolling Thunder. Skills getting a double kill. Trades coming in from both sides. And they just kept on going in for it. This is so smart as well. Look at the way that Actionph are playing. They baited out all of the utility. They used everything that Skills had in his arsenal. Now he's just a person. He's just a body and a meat shield.
You should run.
Either he gets a kill or he just sponges a couple of bullets.
Indeed. Pretty decent execution from the side of APH.
What?
Until that.
What?
Oh, they're all.
You can't be serious!
Disdain.
What?
One down.
Not like this. Geez, Skills, he has to hold on to this. He has to buy time. He gets one, needs to get more. He needs to get more players as the rotation is gonna come in. He finds one more, brings it again to 1v1. Again, all on you, SK Rossi. As that operator. No!
He misses the shot! That was a good swing. Aryo played that beautifully. He had the shot, but oh my god!
I would not have gone for it. Just jiggle and go for info. He goes for the swing against an operator. He did not have information he was there. He did not know he was there, my man. Look at this.
Swing is scary. Like, come on, that swing is scary. You know. You can't even blame Rossi for that, but look at him. The celebration. He's
They're
going in
all
like,
hyped.
yes, yes, yes.
They're all hyped.
The
Oh,
side
God.
of Action
And Iman's just like, yeah. Yeah, am I done, guys? I gotta go.
another day
Are
in
we,
the
are we
office
good?
for us.
Another day in the office.
Another guy's
God.
watching a movie in the background, I guess, again.
They're just like, we're chilling. We're chilling. All good. I think they're just trying to watch the clip on YouTube. Like, let me catch the clip on the stream, then let me comment GG in the chat. That'd be nice. But yeah, what a match! What a matchup indeed, guys. The side of Actionph, they definitely made an impact. They definitely sending a message to all the teams that we're out here. We might have been the underdogs, but we definitely carry a punch, and this team definitely has the potential to take it all home, honestly. And
Yeah,
this
that's
is just
true.
the quarterfinals. They took down a behemoth. Global Esports, they're someone not to be trifled with. And the way they pushed in, the confidence in them is just like, if any other team was playing like that, maybe, they're like, okay, let's play things slow. This is not a team, that we should be, just running around with. Play it a little bit slower, play it a little bit carefully with more strategy. No, they literally outgunned them. That was the strat, outgunned them.
Yeah.
My God.
Too much confidence. When you have way too much confidence, you rush into a sideline, you take the engagement, you take the map control away from them, and then they just feel isolated. They feel like as if they're stuck in a corner. Claustrophobia kicks on in, and GE, they just started curling up into a ball and just stood in that corner and just took all the punches. It's hard. It's hard to say, but it's actually true. As we do head on down over towards the match highlights, it's a heartbreaking loss for them. GE, they tried their hardest for this win. That's why it's so sad, because GE, they had the opportunities on multiple different occasions to bring it on back, but Actionph, they just were the better team when it came down to the
shots that they were hitting, the engagements that they took, it gave them the best possible opportunity to win out on the 1v1 engagement. And every single time they take a swing, every single time they took a swing, sorry, they just fell apart. Skills, he was coming in strong and hard for as long as he possibly could, holding down the lurks, but how much can a Killjoy even do? A Killjoy is not a Cypher. She cannot be on that lurk 24/7. And it feels as though the breach utility was good. Yes, it was strong from the side of Hellranger, but against the Sky utility being pawned by Iman,
Oh,
felt
he
like
was
nothing.
phenomenal with that Sky. Like both in both scenarios for his team and for himself as well. Look at these flashes. He maybe didn't really get a frag out of that, but definitely gave Global a lot of trouble to deal with. Like every time you see that flash, it's like always in the most effective way possible, right? And it gets really annoying at a point. Like, okay, come on, can this guy just stop for a second? Like every time I'm going for this really important peak, I'm going for this extremely important duel that I need to win, right, for the team. But the flash just comes in and just messes things up and makes things a lot more difficult for them. It's just like it's a pain. It's a pain in the hard place for the side of Global to deal with, and he just played beautifully. Not only just on the Sky utility, on his gunplay as well. Definitely, all the players of Actionph were very consistent. They were very effective on winning those duels. Global, they definitely on the 1v1 scale, not everybody performed really well. They definitely needed that utility. They definitely needed to double peak and stuff like that. But on the side of Actionph, they're just so self-sufficient. They just win those 1v1s like that. Like, look at this. These rounds should not have gone in their favor. Like, how do they turn things around like this? Like, I just want to tell them, like, can you text my crush or something? Like, I messed up. The way you turn things around, you can recover. Like, yeah,
Oh my god!
that's the amount of that's the amount of faith I have in these guys. They can recover anything. They can turn things around, which whatever, however dire the scenario is. Like, look at this, and the gunplay is so good. Each and every player played phenomenally. Global Esports, they had some trouble with that 1v1 scenario. They had that trouble winning these duels, and I feel like that definitely affected the mental, and that mental was a big part of the matchup.
This was so well done from them as well. The way that they showed their level of consistency, the way that they read into a lot of the strategies from the side of Global Esports was smart. They made a lot of mistakes, yes. They switch up their strategies according to those mistakes? Also, yes. Adaptability from both sides, and I do believe that Actionph were just a better team in this situation. Too many angles being given away as well, though. Why is the C side completely bare bones open? No one was holding garage. Two players just walked in, no utility whatsoever. And this was a round that they won? Should have happened? Oh, hell no. But did it happen? Yes.
It most certainly did. I don't know. It's like the first map. It was like a lot of mental issues, a lot of fundamental mistakes were made that should not have happened. They definitely look a lot stronger in this map, but it's just that's just the whole the gunfight issue where they should have come on top, and instead it's like the whole team, like SK Rossi was on one level, but the whole team wasn't there with him. Hellranger definitely contributed, but the rest of the team, just based on gunfight, wasn't there, and they needed to be there on a team that is just such an unstoppable force. And look at this.
Yeah, like
How-
how do you counter this?
How?
You just don't, you can't
How?
counter this with strategy. You just can't.
You need to have that aim. You see, he's in a tough place. Like, he's fighting so many players. Someone peek and someone get that frag, please, for the love of God. It just didn't happen for the side of Global. It's all good. They're still in the tournament. They're still going to be in the lower brackets. It's definitely not the scenario they wanted to be in. But yeah, they still have the opportunity to make sure they come back even stronger. Because knowing Global Esports, if that's one thing that they're going to do, that's definitely what they're going to do. Try and bring things back and try and make this tournament work for them. But with that being said, let's take a final look at the scoreboard to see what the overall result is of this match after the diabolical shot. Oh my god, every time I look at it. And as we see, it's gonna be the side of SK Rossi being the MVP for Global on the side of the team that was defeated. But in the meantime, it's gonna be the Jet. Apparently his name is Gregory here. I don't know how that works, but he's gonna be the MVP, and I mean, rightfully so. I mean, the way he did the entry. He did everything a jet should do properly. Like he did the entry. He kept the players busy while still the entry was happening. As you see, I mean, the responsibility is not over after you press E, right? You need to keep on the fight. You need to get a couple more frags after that entry, and he did that. He did more than that,
He
and
did
I
way
believe
too much.
he did way too more than that. And I believe that's why that MVP is rightfully his. But overall, everybody else, Iman, Tesseract, Motski, they're all performing really well. Their ACS, their KAD might not be on the same level, but the impacts were there. And overall, I mean, I just can't wait to see them more into action. Action PH, they bring the action. They are the action.
And hey, their fist, the thing that they do have in front of their logos, I think that's fine. That's a perfect representation of what they're capable of doing. Just delivering in a 1-2 uppercut punch, constantly bringing in the hurt, constantly bringing in the pain. Let's head on down over towards the map recap to see exactly how it all went. 13-10 for the map of Icebox, 13-9 for the side of Haven. And Action PAs, they were the ones to win it all out on both. And Kirito, in a way, Action PH being a completely new roster, it doesn't feel like they're a new roster, but at the same time, this is their first tournament that they are playing where everyone in the entire world is now having their eyes on them. Their strategies are not always being shown. The fact that they're like this, they have that unknown quantity on their side, and as soon as teams start looking at them and as soon as they start understanding how they're playing, you know for a fact that they're going to be in a lot more of a tough place. This win against Global for sure is going to put a massive target on their back. Everyone's going to be looking at this team and everyone's going to go like, okay, it's Action PH. We need to bring in a different level of game plan, a different level of game sense as well. That's how it should go. But for now, at the bare minimum, looking at the brackets, you can see Action PH, they're the team to move on forward. And sadly, Global Esports, they're going to be the ones to head on down in the lower brackets instead.
Yeah, indeed. But regardless of that, what matters is we had a good matchup today. We had an extremely great matchup. It might not seem like that. It might seem like, okay, Global Esports, they didn't really look that well. But no, they tried their hardest. And I feel like that's what that matters. You gave it their all. And you definitely know what the mistakes are. You can rewatch the stream. You can rewatch the VOD. You
Yep,
can work
that's true.
on it. And the fact that you still have that opportunity in the lower brackets is where it matters. You can come back stronger. And who knows, maybe get your revenge on Action PH. They're definitely, I mean, I'm pretty sure Action PH, they'll be happy to oblige. Like, oh, again, Global, we had fun with them last time. Let's have some more fun. But fun is yet to be had. We still have one more match later on, guys. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And with that being said, I mean, dude, I just want to pass out. I just, these players from Action PH, they just take, I mean, I'm running out of breath talking.
Yeah, Action PH, they did it all. They showcased to us exactly what they're capable of. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that's all that we have for you for right now. We have another game for you. Don't really forget about that. Make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and also hit that notification bell when we do go live. But with that, we're at our closing moments. Thank you all for stopping by, and we're going to be seeing you real soon with the next match with the Intel Presents the Esports Club Challenger Series powered by Cosmic Byte in association with Red Bull. I'll see you all soon.
Hey guys, this is Raka and welcome to the Streamer Reviews where gaming streamers gonna review the best new gaming laptops in the market. And today we are looking at the Intel powered Asus ROG Zephyrus S17, a laptop which stands for its amazing multitasking capabilities. As a streamer, I need my system to stream, game, record all at the same time. Having tested it, I'm quite thrilled that this laptop can actually handle it. And if you're wondering how, it is all thanks to the 11th gen Intel Core i9 processor, which gives your laptop a desktop caliber performance. With 8 cores, 16 threads and Intel Turbo Boost Max technology 3.0, it is capable of running several tasks without worrying about bottlenecks. So multitasking also leads to some heating issues. But luckily, the S17 has its active aerodynamic system plus, which improves the airflow and enables long hours of streaming while keeping it cool. While choosing for a laptop, I also look for fast connectivity options for my accessories such as Stream Deck and capture card. But thankfully, the S70's Intel Thunderbolt 4 is very sorted in this regard. This one port lets me connect to all my accessories easily thanks to its blazing fast bandwidth speed up to 40 Gbps. Overall, I think the Asus Zephyrus S17 is a great laptop for streamers, gamers, or anyone with the similar needs. So what are you waiting for? Bring yours home today.
Hi guys, this is Zaya and welcome to Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers review the best new gaming laptops. Gamers are an impatient bunch, and I've got a laptop just for you. Let's look at the top 3 reasons why the Acer Predator Helios 300 is perfect for the impatient gamer. Number 1. Its 11th Gen Intel Core i7 processor, which brings out the potential of the GPU's high-speed GDDR6 memory to ensure faster experience with higher frame rates and lower latency. Gamers hate long load times. That's why our second reason is the Helios 300's 2TB PCIe SSD. The SSD operates at PCIe Gen 4 speeds, giving you incredible read-write speeds for a faster response time. If all this wasn't enough, check out reason number 3. The 5th Gen Aeroblade 3D technology plus Vortex Flow, which lets you say goodbye to heating issues. Shout out to the Predator Sense dashboard, which lets you monitor your system, overclock, and customize everything instantly from one place. I think it's clear that this system is geared for super fast results. Get your Acer Helios 300 powered by 11th Gen Intel Core processor now.
Hey guys, this is Raka and welcome to the Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers gonna review the best new gaming laptops in the market. And today we are looking at the Intel powered Asus ROG Zephyrus S17, a laptop which stands for its amazing multitasking capabilities. As a streamer, I need my system to stream, game, record all at the same time. Having tested it, I'm quite thrilled that this laptop can actually handle it. And if you're wondering how, it is all thanks to the 11th gen Intel Core i9 processor, which gives your laptop a desktop caliber performance. With 8 cores, 16 threads and Intel Turbo Boost Max technology 3.0, it is capable of running several tasks without worrying about bottlenecks. So multitasking also leads to some heating issues, but luckily the S17 has its active aerodynamic system plus, which improves the airflow and enables long hours of streaming while keeping it cool. While choosing for a laptop, I also look for fast connectivity options for my accessories such as Stream Deck and capture card. But thankfully, the S70's Intel Thunderbolt 4 is very sorted in this regard. This one port lets me connect to all my accessories easily thanks to its blazing fast bandwidth speed up to 40 Gbps. Overall, I think the Asus Zephyrus S17 is a great laptop for streamers, gamers, or anyone with the similar needs. So what are you waiting for? Bring yours home today.
Hi guys, this is Zaya and welcome to Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers review the best new gaming laptops. Gamers are an impatient bunch, and I've got a laptop just for you. Let's look at the top 3 reasons why the Acer Predator Helios 300 is perfect for the impatient gamer. Number 1. Its 11th gen Intel Core i7 processor, which brings out the potential of the GPU's high-speed GDDR6 memory to ensure faster experience with higher frame rates and lower latency. Gamers hate long load times. That's why our second reason is the Helios 300's 2TB PCIe SSD. The SSD operates at PCIe Gen 4 speeds, giving you incredible read-write speeds for a faster response time. If all this wasn't enough, check out reason number 3. The 5th gen Aeroblade 3D technology plus vortex flow, which lets you say goodbye to heating issues. Shout out to the Predator Sense dashboard, which lets you monitor your system, overclock, and customize everything instantly from one place. I think it's clear that this system is geared for super fast results. Get your Acer Helios 300 powered by 11th gen Intel Core processor now.